Happy Saturday evening, everybody. Thank you for hopping in. It's Saturday night. The boys are back. Boys are back in town.
Howdy, howdy.
I can't
Got
remember who sings that
damn
song.
song stuck in my head.
The boys are back in town.
Oh,
Who sings that song?
oh God!
Who sings that song?
Now I forget.
Let us know. Who sings that song? It's like a 70s song or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. Happy Saturday, everybody. Thank you for hopping in. Appreciate you. Sorry about it being last minute. The title pretty much says it all. We're just going to be going into a bunch of different things tonight. Theories, thoughts, opinions, support. I'm going to be giving some support too. Speaking of support, I want to say shout out to a group and a person. I want to say shout out to a group. I don't even know. There was a search crew out there this weekend. Whoever it may be, I don't know, but I want to say thank you for being out there searching. So there's support there. And also, there was some peace pigeons that flew by last night and told me that there was a panel discussion and they were kind of talking negative about me and Trey and our efforts.
I heard that.
Yeah, and I want to say there's somebody named Sarah, and I want to give you a special shout out to you. I want to say thank you for standing up for the right thing. Thank you for putting your foot down and allowing that kind of commentary to take place when it is regarding me and Trey and our efforts and everything that we do for these communities. It means a lot to me and Trey. I know it means a lot to you too, bro.
It does, man. I just want to tell them thank you for searching.
Yeah, for the group. Yes, thank you for being out there, and then also the beautiful soul that stood up for our names last night when it came to a certain panel that was discussing us quite negatively. So
integrity and character.
Yeah. So
no,
we both for some reason, I don't know why, we both lost quite a bit of subs.
It's been doing a yo-yo.
Yeah, so whatever, it is what it is, but like I said, there's always going to be misinfo sheep out there, and I just wanted to give some support right off the bat because if you saw, we both had a video today. If you haven't seen them yet, go check them out in our video tab. We both had a video today kind of, discussing like, look, there have been no signs. All theories, thoughts, and opinions, yes, they could exist, but at the same time, they might be the furthest from the truth. We don't know. We don't know. But what we do know is there's a lot of animosity between the two sides out there. We're not on either side. There's a lot of animosity out there, and we're seeing it take place against the social platform. And we're here trying to say, look, people, let the bygones be bygones. Let's just do the support because that's really what the community needs right now. Regardless, we can make our opinion and feelings shows after he's found. Let's just focus on support. You know what I mean? All of us.
And that's what it's supposed to be, is support for Sebastian. Try to be as neutral as possible. I know we all have our opinions and theories.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah,
just like that gut feeling. But I almost think this is going to set a precedence. I mean, it already kind of has. The way
it's going down with Nick.
Well, the way I was just going to say the way that it's like 50-50, right? Both sides, like you have literally both sides, and it's kind of that way. Well, it is that way on YouTube apparently, but I think it's going to set a precedence on maybe in the near future some laws being placed as far as commentary. That's just my opinion. Like as far as the YouTube community itself,
that's up to YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be a platform that'll allow that.
Well, I mean,
there's so many different ones out there. There's some people that quit YouTube and went to Rumble or something.
Yeah, Rumble.
Because is that what it is? Because you could basically say whatever the F you want, dude.
Exactly.
You know? It's up to us,
right?
You know, it starts with us.
Yeah, it's up to us.
I just want to try to set an example, and I don't mean like set an example of anyone. Just set an example of we're all human.
That's what we're doing, you know,
and just try to do the right thing in common decency, which sometimes can be hard to do. Whenever,
especially the last couple shows, man. You know,
right?
It's just way out there right now. Like it got so it's so bad in a sense. That's when things just kept popping up in my feed, and I'm like, what? Like, just the title is alone. It's like a real big eye opener. It's like not even about Sebastian anymore.
No, it's about a lot of drama and junk.
I just want to stick to the facts like we always do. I want to stick to the case like we always do. You know, and I think it's important because I mean, hell, we had 4 shows in a row a week ago when Hatman came out and he started doing this to every single buddy out here on the social platforms, and it was like, dude, you know, we're not about that shit. Why are we getting hit with some of that crossfire? You know,
there was a lot of crossfire.
You know, and it's like, okay, dude, if you want to sit here and do that kind of thing, we'll just look up articles that anybody can look up, dude, and we'll discuss them. And so we discussed them, and it's like, okay, well, when it comes to the journalism, can't trust it. The evidence recovery or discovery, you can't trust it. But
people were getting mad at that. Some people were, and the difference is it's a fact, like it's factual information. Like we're not speculating, it's not theories.
Mad about what exactly?
Making it come to light, saying basically it doesn't matter. Saying basically as long as they're trying to make Sebastian's name known or searching. I don't know if that people think they're searching for Sebastian or not, and then there's other people saying that him and Dog aren't on the same team.
No, I mean, he was just coming out because we kind of went over each one of them. He was just coming out like,
oh yeah, he was taking,
you know,
at everybody
to the social platforms, but he was just he wasn't even saying anything bad. He was just basically saying all the stuff that's been out there since day one.
It was it was a repeat machine, but in a vindictive way.
He wasn't saying, well, no, it was just he's coming out doing all this to all the other content creators, basically like, you all botched it, I'm here to fix it, you know. And then after that, it was just him really just repeating, you know, he was missing from his bed, you know, just the stuff that, you know, like it's been reported since the first day. Wasn't saying anything bad. Crap didn't get crazy. You know, it's not even anything that big to sit there and go, SF and Proudfoots are lying, you know, about working together. That's not even outlandish shit, you know?
Right.
But when Hong dropped those 2 videos, it's like, holy crap, dude.
Yeah, that took it to a different level.
Exactly. That's when I got worried that dog might just be like,
I
you
haven't
know.
heard anything.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna bounce Sebastian, but I wouldn't be surprised if people ain't gonna talk anymore. Because, dude, that's what made when I watched the Hong episodes, especially the first one. Before, it's why I had my intro that night from the video I put out today. I watched that episode before we went live that night, and that's when I sat back and I saw the tape, and then I saw it, and I was just like, "Holy crap, dude!" I'm like, "We got to let bygones be bygones because the shit is getting too crazy.
It's getting way out. Yeah.
The negativity is outweighing the freaking positivity, and that you can't succeed in that kind of environment." So it's like, you know what?
It's literally
If I need to say, you know what, TL, even though I don't agree with your fucking drive searches, listen, I'm gonna support you because at least you're fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at least driving is closer to getting to Sebastian because we don't know. You know what I mean?
At least she's in the community.
It's like, hey, let bygones be bygones. Listen, the negativity right now is outweighing the positivity. We just need to say, you know what? Let's take
I'll
the
put
shit
everything
that's
in
on
this-
our shoulders. Let's set it down on
Just
the
let it go.
on the desk. We'll come back to it at a later date. We'll take what's on our shoulders, come back to it at a later date. Right now, let's just focus on positive and support.
You just got to stay cool and let there be some peace.
Have to push
And
it. There's stuff that we're upset about tonight that we were talking about before the show, and we're not even letting.
I'm not going to address it.
You know what I'm saying? We're not even going to have discuss it or nothing. We're just going to stick to the facts. We're going to go through.
At this point, it's just you got to pick and choose the right ones, and if it's something, wild.
Well, this is a right one to pick if we had a bone to throw into the mix. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, you know what? It's support and positive no matter what kind of BS is going on when the camera isn't on. You know what I'm saying? And it's very important. So to the group that was out there, I don't know who all it was, but I just want to say an extra thank you for being out there, for searching.
I don't know how many people. I mean,
over a dozen, I think. Busby,
that's awesome.
Do you remember what it was? It was like over a dozen, right?
Like it was a little over a dozen. I don't know exact numbers. The cameras that I was looking at were face to the ground, so you really couldn't tell.
Which I don't blame them for that at all.
I don't either. And when we're out there, that's where our cameras are going to be too. And when we're, you know what I mean? Like, that's just how it's going to be.
Too many people popping up and where you're at. So for their safety and everything, I don't blame them at all.
I don't either.
The last thing I want to happen is something to happen to someone, going out of their way to search.
Right.
But
just trying to help.
It was smart for them to record and have it. Was it alive?
Yeah. Always, because everything's documented.
If someone shows up and says, you did something first, if you have it, plus you have witnesses technically. Give or take.
I even have a camera off of my camera that records the whole damn thing. So that way, even if it's down on the ground, guess what? Everything's being recorded
too. That way,
right? Yeah,
you get the quality.
For sure, man. For sure, it's not. It documents the truth. It documents the truth. And when you're not doing anything wrong and you're going out there to do the right thing, and if something bad happens, you're always in the right, bro.
Yep.
And that's where the documentation comes into play.
Oh, you have to, man. Especially now. There's just too much stuff left and right, and people, like I said, people showing up.
All the people going out there to search all the stuff that's happening. It's not right.
No, it's not right.
It's not right. Listen, I was there from the middle of March, okay? I'm telling you right now, this community used to be where it wasn't all positive, but I'm going to tell you right now, it was like 65, 35 positive.
It's better than some other areas.
And it's
A lot
it,
better.
it's gone like this, and it really went like this after the last couple nights with Hong and what he was saying. I mean, dude, come on, dude. You can't. I mean, listen, I
Well,
get you. You're going to say whatever the f you want. We do too, but at the same time, yo,
it's
if
gonna.
you're going to be a journalism, you got to be a journalist.
I just hope that his representation doesn't make a target for other like YouTubers or anyone searching. Because if you have a camera or something, people are gonna assume.
What he's saying could hinder an investigation. Listen, and I don't have a direction either way, okay? I'm focused on Sebastian, but listen, that what he was saying could hinder an investigation, because what if the exact thing that took, because listen, they're getting their information from somebody, right?
Yeah.
Is the team letting out information that they know of? And number two, if it really is the way you say it went down, bro, where you're just giving them a fucking heads up.
Yeah, and then you could go back and get rid of any. Yeah. Start getting rid of any type of evidence.
It's one thing to come from a social media platform. It's another thing to come from a team that works with Dog, the bounty hunter. Because listen, we know Dog. We discuss Dog, the amazing things he brings to the table, what he's done already that nobody has done, that all of us have been asking for this whole time. You know what I'm saying? We know what Dog's about. Dog is not about that stuff right there that was said from Hong.
No.
And so when Hong is saying it, people are going to listen. They think YouTubers are telling, that say shit like that, or like, oh, they're 100% right. When you're saying somebody from a team that is from Dog's team, and they're saying this stuff, dude, people are going to be like, oh, that's real. That's real. This is what Dog's team said.
Yeah, they're going to take it as factual.
Is there suspicious stuff? Yes.
Yes, there is.
Absolutely. From day one.
So we're not dismissing it. It's just right now we got to stick to the facts, and that's where we're at.
You have to go off of what's been reported from law enforcement.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You can go off interviews, because that's also part of it. So, yeah, you can go off those things. Do each of us have a certain feeling beyond the abduction theory of who could possibly be involved? You better effing believe it. But do we sit there and tell you guys, like when we are being journalists like we are right now, do we sit there and tell you guys? No, because we have our own personal feelings, but we can't
go right.
We can't go with it, because we have to stick to the facts in order to do what we're doing.
Oh, you can get
you can be bouncing all over the place, and all of a sudden you lose focus on what you're doing in the first place, which is helping a community and trying to accomplish the goal. Whatever that means, whatever that takes to anybody. It's got to be positive. You know what I mean? Is there theories? Yes.
But they're theories.
I would love to be able to say these people have absolutely nothing to do with it, and there isn't even evidence for that either. There's so many different theories out there. There's so many different theories. Let's discuss, when we get together and we stick to the facts, and we stick to, the documentation of words spoken from those individuals that are involved with whatever case we talk about.
So my biggest thing,
it leads you to the answer when you get everybody together.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say my biggest thing with theories, and anyway, there is some evidence, but you ever see a politician talk like obviously I'm not a politician, right? But I could come up with 3 theories, and it doesn't matter which one I believe in. But I could persuade people with 3 different theories and paint that picture. And if you paint it enough, people are going to believe it.
Yeah, that's why we don't discuss
without
stuff.
without any evidence.
Yeah,
Just body language, like way people act, yada yada yada. I could go off. I could talk about dogs. I could talk about video games. I could talk about trucks driving by. I could talk about trash trucks and flashlights. I could come up with 3 to 5 different options and say.
I could give you 20, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I can give you 20, but we don't talk about it. Though. You know what I'm saying? Not on here.
No,
but we
that's
do
totally
in the
different.
background.
Yeah, because it's brainstorming. Just be like,
Right.
what do you think? Like, just being open about it.
Right.
But we're not going to get up here and say, just go at one angle
or one party.
Yeah,
nothing like that. Nothing.
No, that's why we always say all scenarios are still on the table.
Exactly.
Because there is no direction. Scenarios. There is no direction.
Because if there was direction,
there's no sign.
Exactly. We figured that out. What?
Dude, I keep going back to when we all stood there. It was that late night search.
Yeah, we were just standing. We looked at each other like,
we can't believe it.
Like
this is nuts.
Nothing.
This is nuts.
Like areas that had been cleared, like nothing that was 100%. Like a lot of ground, a lot of waterways, and we just looked at each other like it's not adding up.
I mean, how long were we out on the lake that day, dude? 8 hours or something?
That one was a long one.
Longer than that?
I had to scan it going up and back because I forgot how deep it was. But you don't want to say it was 30 foot deep. You'd have to scan it probably 50 foot. I don't remember what it was. But you could scan it 100 foot and hit the other side or however many feet you wanted. But you're going to miss it. So you got to scan at least, if it's 30 foot deep, the most you would really want to scan would be 50. And then sometimes, depending on the bottom, you'd have to scan at 60 foot. Because if you're at 50, sometimes if it's 30 foot deep, you won't hit the bottom. Or you won't, you'll be missing the bottom on your side image, is what I'm saying. But sometimes you can scan at 40 foot when it's 30 foot deep and you'll hit it. But other areas, I don't know why, but it just depends. So you got to try to scan as little as possible. And it just takes, it's a slow, just roll. And it takes a long time.
Yeah, we were out there. It was at least 2 or 3 hours in the dark. We were using whatever kind of flashlights we had on that damn thing, man, because we didn't even think we were going to be out there that long.
And then hit the pole.
You're the one that keeps reminding me of it. I always forget.
Yeah, I've never hit.
If you wouldn't remind me, I wouldn't even remember.
I remember because as long as I've done this, and I'll admit it, there's probably been times where I'm running the boat for 5 minutes straight and just straight at the screen, and I'm just filling the water, like kind of just peripherals.
Yeah.
We got out there and it was just kind of dark enough where I'm like, and you were sitting there, the pole.
Right at the right spot.
I'm right at the screen.
We just hit a pole. We just
looking at the bank, and then bam, that could have been very bad.
That was funny as hell, dude. It's like when I slipped out there on camera for Micah Miller footage.
That was priceless right there.
Yeah, it was crazy. It happens. You know what I mean? It happens. It is what it is. But yeah, I wouldn't even remember, dude. You keep bringing it up. Don't bring it up no more.
Dude, honestly, it made me more aware.
Yeah.
Like I
was that day.
Look up a little bit faster.
That was a crazy day. A lot of work. Thank you for all your work too out there, Busby. Busby was protecting us out there.
Yeah, I love Busby. It's like the only time there's a peace of mind. Like I'm not thinking about,
I
was trying to find y'all as much as I possibly could. You had me running all over the bankside trying to find you, but
no.
Yeah, it was.
You protected us big time, man. Without you, especially that trip.
Yeah, got you people over there.
What was? I had to go off topic. I'm just trying to lighten the mood. What did a car? I forgot what you seen.
Oh, there was a deal that went down. There was some shady stuff in that parking lot.
Something happened. I just don't remember what it was.
There was
there was a deal that went down and some extracurricular activity and
We'll call
you
it
know,
some hand-to-hand motion.
you know what
And
I
I was
mean.
like, "What?
Yeah.
And while
They didn't like us being out there that late.
No."
not at all. And then there was a couple making out in a car right next to Trey's truck. And then we had while I was on my live, while you guys were live, I had some dude hanging out of a car going by
Yeah.
by me, and I missed it. And one of my awesome subscribers pointed it out, and then I made a clip of it.
Oh, really? You made a clip of it?
Yeah, I've got a short of it.
Oh, shoot, we'll have to check it out here. Let me write that down. You got a short of it.
I think I just posted it.
Nobody's even seen the footage from that night that I took either. I haven't even dropped that.
Yeah, I tried to drop mine, but my phone said it was not enough space.
Let me do these I'm gonna look that up here in a second, man. Let me do these contributions real quick. Contribution call out. Kib Kitty, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Jules was gifted a membership. Mark and Betty, SOC Rebel, Chick Bait, and Angelic Darkness were all gifted a membership. Thank you for gifting those memberships, Kib Kitty. Also, Purge. Hold on one second. Purge Jolene for 20. New member, Don't Care Bear. I love it. We have the Care Bears you know, peace, positivity, and where'd that? Oh, one second. Peace, positivity, and progress, spreading positivity. That's what we do. We each have our own little abilities there. Also, I want to say, Susbusters, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I appreciate the support very much. Thank you so much. And go ahead, Trey.
Oh, I'm just trying to read chat.
Oh, okay.
Give a shout out real quick. We were just talking about that short, and I told you someone in my community caught it for me and made a short out of it.
Yeah.
The Adventures of Traveling Mike is in chat right now, and he's the one that caught it and made a short and sent it to me.
Oh, okay.
So I could create the short.
Let's see here.
He's in my chat, I think. I'm not sure, but
let me see here. It's under your. This happened on a live. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hold on one second. The Adventures. What? Who was it? The Adventures of
Traveling Mike.
Traveling Mike.
It's got music to it though.
Yeah, we'll meet. Oh, it does.
Yeah, it was. I didn't get any copyrights or nothing off of it, but it was something.
Let me
see. It was something out of. It's that song "Rolling."
Oh yeah, we'll definitely get hit. It's yeah, probably because you're not monetized. Oh yeah, dude. So what happened here? I'm showing it right now.
So I was on my live, and this happened right here.
Whoa. See it? Yeah. Hold on. Let's give it a few more views and let it replay over and over. He's just hanging out.
My camera was pointed out my driver's window and at me, sitting in the driver's seat. And all of a sudden, my chat goes, "Oh my God, did you see the guy hanging out the door?"
What the heck?
I was like, "What guy hanging out the door?"
That was when we were out on the lake?
Yeah, that was right there at the ramp.
At the ramp?
And
like they were...
in that parking lot.
They were driving their car, what, down the ramp or what?
They were driving it through. Remember that short parking lot that was there? That we parked at the boat ramp?
Yeah. And
we were parked in that. We were parked at the boat ramp parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah, right to the left.
Right. And this happened right behind me. This guy just, I don't know what they were doing, but my chat went crazy that night.
Did you notice it? So you didn't notice it
I didn't
when.
notice it at all until the Adventures of Traveling Mike sent it to me. He's like, I clipped it for you. And I absolutely laughed my butt off whenever I saw that.
Whoa.
This
Huh.
guy,
Yeah, there was some weird stuff going on, but there
exactly.
always is. There always is. There always is with that. Well, thank you uh for clipping that for him. That's cool, man.
All
Yeah.
right, so I was going to
There.
answer a question for a
Yeah.
person, and then they
Yeah.
went haywire because I was trying to find the chat. I was combing through the chat, and
Okay.
they donated $2, and I just blocked them because they're blowing it up. Say and just anyway, wasn't too bad, but don't get mad just because I'm trying to go through here, and a lot of times we don't interact with chat because it just totally throws us way off in left field. I will seldomly look at it and glance at it. Always try to stay on topic. But just because you throw $2 at me doesn't mean I'm gonna answer your question.
Well, I mean, to be fair, StreamYard only shows us like 2 comments at a time. I do have a YouTube chat up and I try to keep up, with it, but at the same time, yeah, when you um there's a lot of stuff that we have to, shit just with this side. I got 7 different things that I got going on at the same time as well, so that's why I ask, like, can StreamYard, give us different options so we can edit our dashboard instead? Because man, even the screen where we watch stuff, you literally have to go to that screen. You can't just hang out on the StreamYard screen because our individual cameras are like as big as the display that we get on the dashboard. So
Yeah, it's pretty tiny.
everything is pretty shrunk down. Um, but
So I unblocked you. I blocked you to slow you down for a second. If you want to ask the question, go ahead. I know there's a delay. If you're still here, I kind of doubt you're still here. Anyway, I think the question was, why do I think there's so much animosity between creators on YouTube? Something like that.
there's a lot of opinions.
Yeah, there's a lot of different. That's what I said. Like the beauty in it, it's great. Anyway, the
It's their
beauty
own
in it,
show.
yeah,
It's
it's their. I don't say platform, but it's their channel.
yeah, it's their
So
show.
everyone, it's just like you have neighbors you're not going to agree with. You have coworkers you're not going to agree with. It's a big world. We're all adults. People. It's just kind of normal for humans not to agree. A lot of times.
Well, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion too, and also, I'm not going to tell somebody else how to run their channel because I don't want somebody telling me how to run
Yeah,
mine. You know what I mean? There's a certain, it's their own thing. The only thing that I know we're reaching out is just saying, let's just be positive. We're at a point here in the case where the negativity is outweighing the positivity, and we just like everybody else, we all have our stuff here on the shoulder, and it was just a plea to the community, like, let's just take the stuff off our shoulder and put it on the desk, come back to it later, and let's just push all the positivity that we can, because that's what we need. We need the balance to switch more to the positivity because that's the only way we're going to get closer to finding Sebastian.
There's a lot more power in numbers.
Exactly. And the community, think about it like if we're all in the ocean swimming, if we all were sitting there, just slapping the water like crazy, imagine what that would look like from outer space compared to just one person.
right. You wouldn't need.
You wouldn't even see it. But you have a whole community smacking the water in a line at the same time from International Space Station. You're like, holy shit, look at this. Yeah, because community does make a huge difference.
That she left. She's not blocked,
Yeah.
but just got frustrated because I can't. Like you said, I can't read the chat. Not all the time.
Yeah.
Plus, it's super tiny.
Sometimes it is difficult. You know what I mean?
So it is what it is.
So SF Investigates has been out there recently taking some footage.
School is right.
Here, let me pause that. Here's the link for that. Hold on. It's a weird ass link. Here we go. No, what the hell? Here we go. He's been out there, but and here's the link for that, the video that we're playing.
He went east and north. I wish he would have went north and west.
So he was walking around. He said he wasn't doing any searching. He was just kind of investigating or whatever. But he was giving everybody like a layout of
It's kind of breaking it down.
you know, but Busby did a great job himself because he actually took you in the car and drove you around and was showing you. You did 2 videos, or was it 3, man? Was it 2 or 3?
2 videos of 2 different spots, but 2 different scenarios. But if my phone holder that I bought worked a little better, it would have been a better view. But I was dealing with what I could.
Oh, for sure. Here's part 1 and then part 2, and you'll be able to. The first one's just a few minutes, but the last one's about 18. So here's the links for those. Because he did some good work too. SF did some good work out there documenting, what it looks like, kind of the scenery of it. Not much has changed. A lot of the water is soaked up. Appreciate that, Moon. Thank you. A lot of the water has soaked up. It not a lot of development going on taking place. But at the same time, I think you did a really tremendous job too, man, getting the footage. So I wanted to say thank you for that too, man.
Good. I bet that retention pond's probably got water in it again after all the rain they've had.
Well, maybe after the last few days, probably.
This was
because I think the mud was all the way up to the drains, right? So I'm sure it's clogged.
Yeah, it was something crazy whenever I went out there and saw that it was all dried up like that.
Thank you, Cape Kitty, for the channel memberships.
Unfortunately,
congratulations.
My personal chat.
You did what?
Unfortunately, I cannot see my personal chat. I'm co-streaming with you.
It'll show up as like a paper clip or something.
I never did figure that one out either when I'm on my phone.
Yeah, I think. Well, do mine show up with a paper clip? Yeah.
I'm not familiar with what you're saying.
The chat on StreamYard.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm using the free version until it's not free.
I know the price hike went from $50. It was like 50 to all the way up to 88. So I won't be yeah.
It's a new challenge now with the new channel to get it up to where I can start streaming from YouTube.
Well, I'm not having the premium anymore, so it might affect some of the things on the show or whatever. But I think for the most part, everything's pretty much going to be the same. I just won't have as many options. as we did. Because that's just to go like 50 is already like crazy freaking expensive, but then to go to 88, it's like, okay, I can't. There's no way. There's no way. Oh, go ahead, bro. Sorry.
You'd have to get some mad super chats in order to be able to afford that.
Shit, I can barely afford it. I'm affording.
Yeah.
But anyway, official dog, the bounty hunter YouTube. I don't know how he only has 923. Uh, we subbed up when it was under 100, and when I came back here to look at it tonight, I was like, all right, we're gonna see probably like what 15K, 20K, 923.
Oh, he has a YouTube channel?
Yeah. So
Since when?
It was just created recently.
yeah,
I didn't know that. This should be interesting.
well, it's because Hong went live. After Hong went live with the first video, all of a sudden later on, Dog the Bounty Hunter Nick was promoting Dog's own YouTube channel, which is great because you know what? I'd rather hear the shit from Dog instead of these other two, to be honest with you. I mean,
I'd rather hear from Dog too.
you know, at least if it's at least if we have dog, you don't even have to be walking in a fucking local park, bro. Sit down at a desk, you know what I mean? Just talk to the people. Don't be uh, they're gonna ruin it for him
I hope not.
because that man, they came out and said some Hong, and then you got supporter in the background. They came out saying some major allegations, man, and just think of all the negativity that just stirred up.
Right.
You just threw a bunch of bullshit in a stewing pot, and all of a sudden it's like you threw French fries in a deep fryer.
Yeah, he just threw up a bunch of shit. But, you know, we got to look past that crap and keep looking for the facts.
Yeah, so it's just about the positivity. I mean, we are going to go into stuff like the parents' interviews and things like that. We're actually going to check out a video later from Pat Brown, if you guys know who she is. But I wanted to check out a couple episodes that I had kind of saved for the evening. One of them, Jennifer Coffindoffer had a show, I think a month ago or so, where she had a guest on there and they talked about the Sebastian Rogers case. And I think he had a lot of interesting points. Do I agree with all of them? No. But I think he brings a lot of interesting points to the table and the discussion that they had with Jennifer. And then also, I know the last show we had talked about the episode from way back when SF was on Web Sleuths, and I found that episode and I wanted to go through that. That's probably about 20-25 minutes for that one. And I want to kind of go into that one first. But when it comes to, because we know there's a lot of animosity between the two sides, and we're talking, Seth, and we're talking CPKP, right? There's a lot of animosity between the two sides. There's a lot of animosity between the two teams. Nick was saying that he was basically lying, working with the Proudfoots. The Proudfoots were lying. Then all of a sudden, this legal stuff's popping off. Tape over your mouth. I want to become a meme. And then Hong just went nuts on the other side. So it's a lot of, there's a lot of stuff on YouTube where it's like mudslinging back and forth, and then you can just see, except for Dog's not doing the mudslinging except for the screenshot that we captured that he deleted, but that really wasn't mudslinging anyway. It's been these other individuals. And I'm not saying SF is mudslinging. Maybe he's just in a position where he's defending himself and he's got to be like, look, dude, I don't know. but there's a lot of stuff going on between both sides, and I'm wondering if the interview with SF from way back then maybe would show some kind of signs of maybe what took place. Because I thought he was working. Wasn't he working with like both of the families back then, or not? I thought he was.
I know he was working with. I know he was working with one of the families. I just don't remember which one.
Yeah, I
trying to
don't.
think where I read that at, or there was like a something had happened. I don't remember what family it was or what took place.
I thought, yeah, he was like working with somebody. I could have swore it was Seth. Is that what's in your head, man? Because I thought it was Seth, but then I'm hearing all this stuff about the PFs, and it's just like, okay, wait a minute, am I confused or something? Did I not? Because we were out there searching like crazy. I didn't have time to really listen to nothing. I was trying to get as much sleep as I could. 3 hours.
I truly don't remember. I was trying
Does
to look.
anybody? SF has been in communication with the Proudfoots for months.
That's interesting.
Well, he said that he wasn't working with them. I just know the dude makes badass maps. I've always said it from the Cavalcante search on when we were using maps that he made to help us do what we're doing in all these different locations. So, I mean, the drama shit, I really don't have time to even pay attention to it if it does happen because I'm busy on the road or freaking trying to get some rest.
Right. I've been behind the scenes trying to look up as much information as I can and find stuff. So, talking to my sources and everything else.
Well, there's some crazy messages uh, that hopped in the inbox, and I was just like, "Whoa, this is crazy if it's true." Speaking of sources,
Yeah.
um, man, that's some crazy stuff. I might have to. I don't know. Uh, maybe at the end of the show. It's some crazy stuff, man. Like you guys have seen it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's some pretty crazy stuff.
It's crazy stuff. But man, if it's true. And I don't even know how you could check it to make sure it's true either.
Yeah, that would be
Somebody
hard.
so anyway, somebody said officially or not officially working for them. He wants to be part of the upcoming search.
Oh,
How
that's
true
cool.
How true that is, I don't know, but
That's
everybody here is
cool.
pretty humble.
He makes awesome search maps, dude. Like, I don't know, that's how I came across him, was when we went out there for Cavalcante, and I used his maps, and they were awesome, dude. You could literally, like, remove things. I mean, you could customize it however you wanted to customize it. It was nuts, man. It had
What do you
different
use?
that Calpo or
Oh,
what is it?
Caltapo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
I have that and I use it, but guess what I forget to do every time I'm out in
I
the
forget to
sticks?
turn it on too.
I forget to turn it
Yeah.
on.
I
I got
did,
a
except for one search.
I got a police officer wanting coordinates of 6 different cars, and I'm just like, I didn't
Yeah.
have it on. And then in my recording for my sonar, it was full. So like I know where they're at on the map, but it's not coordinates.
Oh man.
If I'd have had that on, I would have been able to tell whenever I'm doing this, going back and forth. I just need to have a note on everything that says turn on Caltapo.
Right? I got it on 2 phones, dude. I used it one time. I was with Najee and we were searching for Sebastian, and we were at a park or something. And I remembered to turn it on, but yeah, there's so much stuff you got to set up, and you're just
Yeah,
focused, But
Right.
but
Thank you.
yeah, he makes great maps, man. You can, not that he's out there, he just takes the information from law enforcement and puts it all together in one big map, and then you could basically customize it with different layers and time periods and individual. I mean, it's like an Excel spreadsheet that's a map. It's awesome. It's awesome. So if he is joining the search, shout out because even if you didn't make badass maps, I mean, hey, it's somebody else going out there, so shout out. I didn't know. I didn't know he was. I thought he said in his post that he wasn't out there searching. That he was just uh, he was out there investigating and documenting. You know, the area.
I mean, there's an area I would love to search, but you'd need a lot of manpower.
Let's see. Oh shit! I want to search a certain road, and that would take probably how many counties was it, Busby? Because didn't you reach out to me way back then and tell me how many counties it was?
Oh my
Wasn't it
God.
like 24?
It was something crazy. I can't remember now.
And if every county could do it, you know, imagine
Yeah,
you could just
Yeah.
knock out that
knock it out.
whole area. The
Yeah.
whole area.
That would be freaking awesome if they could do that. But it was 15, 20 different counties it touched. You know, it was a massive area.
Now he showed some kind of bones or something. Oh, so he says he's back in there for searching. Well, I saw a post. I'm not searching. Oh, okay. Yeah, right here. Oh, okay. This was before. So he must have joined the search. He must have been one of the people. Was he one of the people that joined the search today? Everybody? Because maybe it was because he said, I'm not. This is what I was referring to. I'm not searching, but doing some decision point analysis
Oh,
on
he's
my
at
own
the
time.
he's at
Yeah,
the pond.
yeah, because he was showing the pond and stuff. Yeah.
That's dry.
So this is kind of
So yeah, he was showing the pond, and that's when I came across it. But he does have videos now saying that he's searching, so he must be part of that.
Yeah, that looked really familiar.
Yeah, just no water.
Oh, it's still dry as a bone.
Wow.
He did say that, Norma. I mean, do you guys remember when this was before he even joined?
Yeah, he had his. Yeah, just from his background.
No, he had an interview already with somebody.
Yeah, I know, but he had said. Wait a minute, how long ago?
It was just maybe a month ago. It wasn't maybe 3 weeks, a month ago. This was like a couple weeks before he joined because when he joined,
Yeah, I
and
remember.
and I
We
was like,
listened to that
"Oh
one.
shit." He just said that the family had something. No, we didn't listen to that one. This one was from not the News Nation one you're
No,
thinking
this
of.
wasn't. This
Dude,
wasn't News Nation.
this was like
This
there
is
was
the
another
YouTuber.
one that was local, a YouTuber.
Yeah, there was one where I don't remember. I got so many stories mixed up. I know
Yeah,
he
this
was
one
talking to
was from like a
somebody,
month ago.
and he said, "I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but just the way he said it, people leave like in two ways, either on their own or like something like that, and then talking about if there's no scent, then they're already deceased, and if they're not found within
Yeah.
I forgot how many hours, then 90%. I don't hold me verbatim, but the grand
Basically what
majority of
Norma is
people,
saying. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
that it was
exactly
someone
like
very
that.
close to the family. Yeah. Yep. And so, yeah, he has said that.
But I was surprised to hear him say it like that. He just no filter, just cut and dry.
Well, he wasn't working for Seth at that point.
That's true.
Probably wasn't even because that was before he joined. And because that's the telling one. You know, he says what he says in the News Nation, but the telling one is the one from a while back.
Yeah, but if you listen to Dog, you know he's just straight shooter.
But I know, but what I'm saying is that's before there was any affiliation to dumb down or soften what you're trying to say. You know what I mean? So he did say that back then. And he kind of says it in the News Nation interview, but not really. We didn't really hear that kind of rhetoric until Nick started accusing SF of lying about working with the Proudfoots and accused the Proudfoots of lying of working with SF. And then, it was a little bit of innuendo kind of thing before that. And then after he came out with those videos, these people are liars. Then all of a sudden, it just went kaboom.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was just asked a hypothetical question. Right. So when you don't have any affiliation and you're just going to
Yeah, that is
speak off
true.
speak off
That's
the
what it
cuff.
was.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pam.
Speak off the cuff. That's when you get the absolute
Yeah, without
honest-
saying
the
who,
honest opinion.
any names, who, what. Yeah, just this what happened, and then you can give someone your honest opinion without.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
And
Yeah, without hurting anybody's feelings
Yeah.
or affecting, what you think would be affecting an investigation because, you aren't part of any kind of team or have any kind of
And
association.
no, I can't talk. So anyway, that's all I can do is thumbs up.
Well, we could watch. Well, I don't want to watch the News Nation one. Here, let me. Profiling with Pat Brown. I wanted to check that one out too. But this one, we're gonna watch Steve Fisher when he was on the Web Sleuths show discussing the Sebastian Rogers case. So let me get that. Here's Dog's link again. I only see him at 941. So come on, Nick. We're promoting the official
Hey,
Dog
y'all,
the Bounty Hunter channel. Where are you at, Nick? Promote it, man.
go. He don't have anywhere where he can comment. No, never mind. I can do what I was gonna do.
The support Dog, because that's who we need to listen. Honestly, it's gone too far with the other individuals. Really, I would. Come on, Dog.
Apparently, I need the link.
Oh, here. I'll put it in back chat for you. There you go.
I've
Oh, it
already.
is. Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah. He's got to at least get. This is who we need to hear from. I can't wait till he has a video and we can just be like, "Thank you, Dog. Can we just hear from you, please?"
Don't harass him, y'all, but go subscribe to official Dog the Bounty Hunter, and whenever you finally get the opportunity to comment, see a video, as long as it's respectful, just say CJ Busby and Narcs sent you.
I was about to say the same thing.
He could have us instead of what he has.
Because I'm sure, I know Dog has said certain things, but if he is searching an area or has an area that he wants dove on or boots on the ground, holler. Come on down. We don't charge anything. And when we actually dive on something, it's like if there's nothing there,
It still helps somebody else.
Exactly.
It's not. There's other people out there too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, hell, the last time we were down there, we were looking for 3 different individuals.
Yep.
So
that same vicinity, with the current and everything, you never know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, Mark and Betty. We'll be having another show coming up here soon because there's so much to talk about with that. But I'm just trying to push as much positivity, with the awareness for Sebastian. Just trying to help, man, because it's at a point where we gotta tilt it back.
Well,
Otherwise, we're not gonna find him. We gotta find him. We have to.
I was just gonna say there's been way too much time
focusing on the other stuff.
Yeah, just almost from the jump start, almost like it just started coming in, and from the beginning I didn't understand that.
And Susie B.
Sorry, I thought it was paused. Go ahead.
You're good. No, from the beginning I didn't understand I don't know what you would just call it, what you'd want to call it, but I didn't understand the back and forth on YouTube, because even like, so before we looked for Riley Strain, I was in a totally different category of just us weirdo divers. I'm just say it like that. We're not all weirdos, but kind of weird. You wear a wetsuit and stuff. Anyway, a lot of us don't agree with some stuff, but there's not really been a whole lot of back and forth between the diving, like the search teams. And then I get over here, and it's just the left and right as far as like this creator's doing this or this creator's doing that, and then painting narratives, and then you got two different sides based off like two different channels. It's way more than two different channels, but and then the traction from that, it makes those channels pop, and then the more it's stirred up, the more traction they get, and then the focus isn't even on Sebastian. So like from the get-go, I thought people were saying certain things because like that's kind of how they felt in their heart, which I'm sure there's a lot of people that feel certain ways in their heart. But I'm also thinking that sometimes creators persuade people to think a certain way, or like you see it in chat and then people kind of jump on that bandwagon. I'm not saying everybody thinks that way, but it takes the focus off Sebastian, and then it messes with searchers because they're seeing the comments, and it really messes up everything from the start. Because, like I said, tunnel vision.
We need all the focus we can have on trying to find Sebastian, and any amount of focus that gets in another. That's why we're not even talking about this stuff right here, because that would take the focus away from trying to find Sebastian.
Like
And
I remember asking for help. Like I was just like, if y'all have any tips or ideas, areas that you want searched, just shoot me an email, right? And then I'm like reading stuff, and it's saying like this person did this specifically. And I'm like, if you know that, how come you're not like telling the police or something? But it's because it was art. Like before I even got involved, it was already being pushed from other different channels, so people ran with that narrative. So
it's why we need it, man. It's when you see,
it was a lot of thought process, like a lot of. Usually, I just stick to the facts, look at areas, and then start narrowing stuff down or branching out, give or take. But because of all the information that I was receiving, it really took away that focus. So,
well, I mean, people. I can't necessarily, if people are like, "Hey, I think this and I think this," it's, it
Well,
is it does become overwhelming. It really does.
not the
But
like not the little like not the decent tips. Like there were some
Yeah.
decent tips in there,
yeah,
but the ones that were very specific on what happened to him without
Right.
any information, like I'm talking,
And
I can't even say it on YouTube.
conclusion kind of thing.
Yeah, their conclusion.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, those are. It does, because you care, and then when you're reading that stuff, it does take you there, like
Well,
it's a possibility.
it makes you
know?
sick.
Yeah,
So
it's mental health stuff that, that's like you really have to be able to handle mental health when you're doing the stuff that we're doing too, because you may not come across things, but you have to put your mentality that it's a possibility just for your protection and awareness as well, because just like when you're coming across stuff, this is what I was surprised, dude, is when I seen the pictures uh of SF he picked up the bones and took photos of them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, like take a photo of the bones there. But that's
don't.
it's stuff like that. You have to prepare yourself, like, hey, I may come across something. If I do, let's prepare me. Let's put, let me shoot the free throws with 1 second on the shot clock in my head. So when I go out and really shoot the free throws with 1 second on the shot clock, I've already been there already, kind of thing. So I'm not basing decisions off of emotion,
Right.
because that's where you make mistakes. and so when we are reading those messages, it does. We do care. We already care because we're out there. Then we're taking the stuff that we have to think about everything to be as aware as we can be. And then imagine, you know, it's like reading a book, but really having this humongous dream about it because that's how we have to
That's
put
how
it in
you
our
visual.
head.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. So,
painting a picture.
yeah, it is tough. It is tough. I get those, man. It is. It gets overwhelming too because there's a lot. I mean, I don't know. I'm still having messages of locations and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, I've already told people a long ass time ago that this is stuff that has been worked on already in the
Right.
background and has nothing to do with suggestions because we did suggestions for 2 months out of the three. We all focused. That's what we did when each one of us started. Is we focused on areas that were suggested from
Right.
other areas. We
Yeah.
never really got to work on our own stuff, and that's what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, I think the new suggestions are the same thing as probably new eyes that are on the case, thinking they have an idea, and just giving you the same exact idea someone else did, maybe.
Could be. I don't know. It's just about the vibe. You know what I mean? The energy. So this was from a month ago. So this was from August 6th. So a month and a couple weeks almost. And this is when he was on. Now we watched the one that he was on just a couple weeks ago. I'm wondering if there's going to be some kind of something here to kind of because I'd never seen that animosity between those two teams. I mean, we've seen a lot of stuff come out. We've seen a lot of hate and BS and stuff. But man, this stuff that has come out the last week between all of this right here, it's just like holy crap! Now it's gone to the teams. It used to just be on YouTube. Now it's the freaking teams doing the same shit, having episodes just bringing hell down from above.
Yeah.
Or fire. What is that?
Hellfire.
Hellfire.
Hellfire. There's a song about it too.
Bringing the
Hellfire.
hellfire from above. Like that literally was taking place with nuclear waste in those barrels.
Wasn't it something like Hellfire and Brimstone or something?
Something like that. There's actually
What is it? A country song or something?
there's a country.
Okay, that's why I don't know it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
thought
why
it
I
was
don't
pretty
know it. I don't know. Sorry, I don't like country too much, but
Well, you haven't listened to the right country.
I don't know. I've listened to a lot.
I get the Danger Ranger running again. I'm gonna put a sub in there, and we'll listen to some country.
I mean, you can. Hey, man, it's your radio. I'm cool with whatever. You
No,
know
just
what I mean?
I'm like, what do you think about this one?
I can see Trey going down the road, listening to some Hank Williams Jr. and Ernest Tubb.
Hey, man, I grew up in a street gutter. You grew up in a muddy field. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I got Rob Zombie too.
I love Rob Zombie.
We got
Look at
Rob
that.
Zombie.
There we go.
Mix a little Metallica in there.
But no, you can play your country, man. I don't care. It is, it's music is music.
Some Kid Rock.
Oh, I
Yeah,
listen.
there we go. Kid Rock for sure.
Yeah, definitely Kid Rock. And I listen to anything from Garth Brooks all the way up to Slipknot. So
Yep.
Doesn't really matter to me.
Make me love country. I'm not saying I hate it. I'm just saying I don't know it because I don't just.
Yeah,
it's not something I listen to, man.
There's one song.
Never
I can't think of the name of it, but it's pretty twangy. And it's like, oh, what's it say? The dog chain. Listen to
I
the
know.
dog.
I know Chattahoochee from what's it? Alan. What's that? Chattahoochee.
I know
Is
what
that
you're
even?
talking about. It's a song. I rather we listen.
He's blonde.
words.
He's blonde and he's got a
It's
mustache.
Alan Jackson.
Yeah, is that the name of the song, Chattahoochee?
Yeah, way
Mm.
down yonder on a Chattahoochee.
Well, there you go. I
Yep.
remember that song. I remember that song.
We gotta listen to Rattle of the Dog Chain.
It's still, I don't even know if it's on my playlist. I have a lot of music on my playlist, but
Now you need to listen to Old Red.
I don't even know who you're talking about, dude.
Or Johnny
Blake-
Cash.
I like
Blake
Johnny Cash. I feel like he's more like blues. I
Oh,
love blues.
he's got a good working song. I can't think of the name of that one either.
I
Working
love
Man Blue.
blues.
He builds the car out of the junkyard or something.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
I'm-
He just
did he talk about what, like, fixing up this?
We talk about taking the parts out through his lunchbox.
Johnny Cash used
Yeah.
to live in Hendersonville.
He used to live where?
Hendersonville.
Really?
Yep.
That's odd. I didn't know that.
Whoa, hold on a minute. Johnny Cash used to live in Hendersonville?
Yes, sir.
What?
I didn't even know that.
Yep. Yeah, I'll look up the mansion and I'll show it to you. And Minnie Pearl from the Grand Ole Opry. Remember her?
Sorry.
I don't remember her.
She used to live right across the street from my middle school.
Right.
Every morning she'd come out there and wave at us.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Growing
This
up
is-
in Nashville.
Music City.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like, John Bon Jovi was doing a photo shoot there the other day when he saved that girl. Hee-haw. Yeah, hee-haw.
Yeehaw. There we go.
I actually seen an episode of that.
Yeah, I watched it on Nick at Night.
I
when
graduated at the Grand Ole Opry House.
I'd stay over at my grandparents' house and watch Nick at Night. The Monkees was my favorite show. I love
Hey,
the
the
Monkees.
monkeys.
Yeah, that was my favorite. That was my favorite. All right. This is members only shit, man. Let's let's go to this. This is Steve Fisher, SF Investigates, talking to Web Sleuths. Like I said, it was like a month and a half ago. Y'all are crazy. And thank you, Michael, for the lyric quote there. Appreciate that. So I wanted to see if this had anything that maybe we could see, like, what was he thinking when he was over there back then?
Pecan pie. Hi there. And did I miss Beth B? I thought I saw Beth B saying hello. Hello, Beth B. Let's see. Robin Lane, Susie Baker, Wise Old Lady. Okay. And did I get everybody? Oh, Marjorie,
Here,
right? She is the expert in serial killers and such. Well, News Nation with Brian Enton did a great piece on the killer. The killer with all the
Jeez.
weird tattoos. His name is Wade Wilson. Yeah, they did a great piece, but I think SF Investigates here. We'll play it after SF Investigates. Let me double check and see. There he is. Let's bring him on stage. Steve, how are you, my dear?
Good. How are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you great, and I am so thankful and grateful that you came on tonight. I know you're very busy, and I really do appreciate it.
I'm actually in a hotel right now, so that's sorry for the background. I don't know if there's gonna be people crossing by or not, but
That's okay. I'm in my house, and I have people and animals and God knows what crossing by, so don't worry. It's fine. It's
Okay,
absolutely
good.
fine. Everybody, I'm putting up SF Investigate Steve Fisher's Twitter or X. It makes me so
Yeah.
mad they changed the name.
I know.
I've complained to Elon, and he pays no attention to me. But
Yeah.
everybody, if you want to know the scoop on a lot of cases, check out SF Investigates Twitter page because it is amazing. Okay, I want to talk to you about a couple of things that really bother me. And I thought of you because you know how these things work. We've talked about this before, about how other true crime people on other platforms are just horrible. They're just horrible human beings. And they give people like us a terrible name because law enforcement thinks that we're all the same. I've told this story before. I had a friend calling a detective, and I actually had the same thing happen, not with the same detective, but she said, "Hey, I'm calling for web sleuths." And he goes, "Oh, what's that?" And they said, "Well, she has a YouTube channel. Click." And the same thing happened with another detective. So but in this particular case, in the Sebastian Rogers case, Sebastian went missing, and in February, and it has just been the drama that has gone on in that case is unbelievable. And here's his picture now. He went missing. He literally just vanished from his home, it appears, with no shoes, and there's been no sign of him. Well, recently, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, recently it was Katie Proudfoot, and wasn't it Chris Proudfoot as well, and his parents that filed a protective order? Tell us how that works, because it just sounds like somebody could just go file one with no evidence. But
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, there's no kitty cam tonight because she's been napping in front of my feet the whole afternoon and evening. So she'll go play with her toy for a minute, then she'll come back to my feet and nap. I don't know. It's her newest thing.
Instant
Uh,
foot.
so it's her new thing she's doing now. She's napping on my feet. So there's no kitty cam tomorrow. I'll try and wake her up here in a little bit and have her come up on camera for you guys. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. My bad.
tell us how that works, and especially in a case like this.
Yeah, so from the way I understand it, I have talked to Chris about it a little bit, but not really in depth. He's not giving up too much information. I believe it's Katie and then both of his parents.
Okay.
He told me there's 3 orders. So I don't know if the parents are on one and there's a 3rd order coming, or but the way it works with a restraining order is you file the request for a temporary restraining order, and you get what's called an ex parte hearing, which is an emergency hearing. You don't have to serve the other side.
Okay.
It's so basically you get in the next day. You do have to show. So one of 2 things will happen at the ex parte hearing. You apply for the temporary restraining order, and they'll either grant the temporary and set the hearing date. Either way, they set the hearing date, but they'll either grant the temporary or will not grant the temporary restraining order. So based on it, and the TRO only lasts until the hearing date. So
Okay.
based on the evidence that they presented, which I don't know what that was, he didn't tell me that. The judge obviously felt there was enough of a need that he did grant the temporary order.
So I'm going to pause it right there because in the one that we watched in the episode before, where we watched SF on Web Sleuths, which was the newer one. I thought it was this one when I watched it, but it was the newer one. What's up, Typically Unique? Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you. I'm going to drop her link in chat too. Definitely go check her channel out. This is when she said, the lady on Web Sleuths said, I've read it and it's scary stuff that I can't even talk about. And I'm like, what? What is she? What? She said scary. What would be scary? And this has to do with Bullhorn Betty and the protection order. So if Web Sleuths is saying in the most current one with SF that it was scary stuff that she read that she's not gonna repeat, what could that even be? And when it comes to a jury trial, because that's what BHB is requested now, is a jury trial. When it comes to that, If
That just
it contradicts, you think you'd take a, or maybe she wants a plea?
so
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. It don't make sense, man.
usually it's kind of weird. So there's gonna be a jury trial. Is that what you said?
That's what she
Yeah.
wants. Yeah. That's what she wants.
So whatever. So besides the restraining order, what did she get charged with?
It was just the contempt because she didn't show up. And she's fighting. From her not showing up. In any case, people, you got to show up to court, even if you know what I'm
Even
saying?
if it's 5 minutes, you got to
Even-
show up.
Even
That's
if you're
gonna make
there
the-
to represent yourself,
The
you
judge
got
will.
to show up.
Well, even if you show up and say, "Look, Your Honor, I don't have any money right now. I still need to get legal counsel. Can I get an extension?" They'll usually say yes.
Yeah, you file an application and all that.
But if they got to do a failure to appear, that doesn't make them happy.
It's not good. So
No.
whatever they wanted, it was automatically granted because by her not showing up, it goes in default.
Man, I'm gonna turn my camera on for this one. So I'm not trying to point fingers, point blame, but the county I used to work in, if I wasn't from there, right, and if something like this took place and it was like on me or whatever, if it was the county I used to work in, I would not want a jury trial because
Right.
I'm an out, like just use me as an example. I would be an outsider. The people aren't gonna, in my opinion, I'm just thinking it's not gonna go well. Like it depends what kind of jurors they get, age, how long they've been in that community. If they lived there their entire life, I probably would want to plea out to something. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but
Maybe
you got to
that's
just
what
think of
she's
all
like.
options because, like, yeah, you got the legal system, but you're going for a jury trial, which I think is probably good in a lot of cases. But if you're not from there and the way you're portrayed, it's easy to paint a picture. So
Well, it's like, what did Web Sleuths read a couple weeks later, having him back on? Because he didn't read it. He didn't
6
see it.
counts.
Yeah, but she wanted a jury. She wanted a trial.
I mean, if you got the right trial, or the right jurors, yeah, by all means, I think most people would be like, you messed up, but not guilty or something. But not being from that community, I would not want to have a jury trial. That's just my opinion, like my shoes. I'd be lawyering up best I could and be like, we got to make it.
Well, she does. She does have
Okay.
a lawyer. Yeah, she does have a lawyer. He was representing her in.
Is the lawyer from that area?
I would think he would have to be if he's practicing, unless he's a multi-state practicing
Yeah.
lawyer. But she's from Florida, right? So I don't know
That's
if
what I'm-
anybody from Florida would be able to represent her in Tennessee. It's got to be.
They'd have to
local.
be able to practice in Tennessee.
It's got to be local.
I'm just saying, I would. Man, the legal system's so weird sometimes, and it's kind of weird. I know this, but I would figure out who plays golf together. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how. I mean, at a lot of places, that's kind of how it works, or who went to school together, or who,
Especially in a small town like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
and
from
be-
there. He's got to be. He
I would
has to
hope.
be.
I mean, that'd be your best, in my opinion, the best outcome. I'd figure out who knows who, and I'd say, look, this is who I want to represent me. And
It might screw you though, man, because you're from out of
Well,
town.
yeah, that's
dude.
true.
They might work
I'm thi-
together against your ass, bro.
I'm thinking,
out on
yeah,
the golf course.
sign here. Well,
They're
I'm
like,
thinking.
they're
I'm
like,
thinking of some communities where I know some people that they're literally two lawyers
Yeah.
that go up against each other, but they play golf after court. You know what I'm
Dude.
saying? So the deals are made. The deals aren't made. The courtroom's for show. I hate to say that. I used to transport juveniles. And a lot of times everything's already set up, like way before court. The court is just there for the visuals, I guess, and documentation. Like it's already usually
Yeah,
in
The-
place.
the paperwork.
Yeah.
the
Like
paperwork.
So
But I
yeah.
I could
Yeah.
see them on the golf course, bro, going, okay, whoever hits whoever outdrives the other on
I
hole
can see
number
that backfiring.
7.
Don't listen to what I said. I'm
Harry,
thinking about being
They're
from a
betting it on
community.
hole number 7 who drives the farthest.
there's a nice golf course right there too.
Yeah, I searched it. It's River. What is it? Riverview.
No.
There's
The
2 in there.
the one right there in Goodlettsville, Hendersonville. Moss Wright Park. It's directly across the street and up a little bit.
Oh,
I'll have to get the name of it.
what's the one that It's River something. Is it Riverview?
Two Rivers.
It was right off the interstate or a highway.
Right off of Brawley Parkway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Two
What's
Rivers.
that? Two Rivers. Yeah, they were awesome. They let me go back to area. They even had one of the workers give us a freaking golf cart so we could drive around and search. It was pretty cool. Shout out to them. Two Rivers Golf Course in Hendersonville.
Yeah, it's they're really cool over there.
Yeah, shout out to them. All right. Yeah, I was just curious, like, what she's saying it was scary. And it's like, wait a minute. What would be scary? And then at the same time, you won a jury trial. So maybe you're trying to get a plea to some kind of, I don't know. Maybe she's really, because you listen to her talk, she didn't do nothing wrong. So I'm kind of like, it's one extreme to the other when you're looking at both parties. So usually there's like an in between.
I don't know all the facts to it. I've just only seen bits and pieces and clips, and sometimes a clip doesn't give full details. So I don't know. But and the reason I say take a plea, someone that says something in chat basically saying, so like people take pleas all the time that aren't guilty just because of like what they're facing. Sometimes it's easier to take a plea for like 2 years probation, or you take a what's it called? A duty of do something. It's like it's a lesser charge, and then you can eventually get it like expunged off your record because it's not a felony. I don't even think it's a misdemeanor. Like it's basically you're not even on like supervised like probation or anything like that. So a lot of people take that charge like a plea.
Well, this is what's crazy is there was the PFs had a detective testify.
What? Oh, like they were following her?
I don't know.
Oh,
Web Sleuth says it's scary stuff in the latest episode, and you know, they had a detective testify on behalf of the restraining order.
So he's a witness.
I don't know. What could it be? She's fighting him, and she's
Dude, I feel like
this is what I'm saying. It's like
that
one
makes more
extreme to the other. She's fighting him, and she's saying, "I didn't do nothing wrong."
My
She's
buddy-
going live talking about it.
my buddy's a PI and he has his front windshield blacked out with window tint and the side ones. Like he does like insurance and stuff like that. So he'll follow you around for 3 months and document your every move pretty much. And you would never know that he's following you, or at least most people. But if the investigator testified, I feel like that's all speculation, but
Well, would they bring a detective in to testify for the restraining order because that maybe that particular detective was called multiple times for the same report? Maybe?
Was it a detective is in law enforcement?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's normal. That's police reports.
So it'd have to be like the same officer that was called out multiple times for the same report.
Yeah, and he probably had to testify as far as like anything that he took in, like as far as like chain of custody and stuff, if there was anything. Like there could be video, handwritten reports, witness statements, like voluntary statements, things like that.
Just to show that it was.
Yeah, they would just basically cross-examine him and just say like.
Well, yeah, I know that, but I'm saying what would be scary, you know? What kind of like if she's like, I didn't do nothing wrong.
If something's
Okay,
on video,
what?
if something's on video, or you have a third party witness.
But she would know that.
Yeah, her lawyer should,
Yeah, she
because all
would
that
know
should have
that.
been
She would know
presented.
there's videos. So then I want to. I mean, see, it's all confusing.
That don't
You
make
know
any
what I
sense
mean?
to me,
You
man.
know, it's like just the court hearing and the everything on both sides is so confusing already because it's like,
Yeah, but for them to say
what
scary,
the hell? Yeah.
because it's normal for police officers to show up and say, "This is my recollection of events. That's my report." As a, yada yada. That's normal. But for it to be scary, it's kind of a bit much, like without context.
Oh wow. Hold on one second. Okay, we're good. I'm gonna switch to this. We're on a 9-minute delay. This is going on right now, but for fair use and out of respect for the creator, we are going to be on an 8-minute delay. But give me one moment. We are going to switch to the latest update here. Hold on one second. All right, so I'm gonna put that out there. I'm gonna try and get it. I'm gonna wait just another minute, and then I want to get it to the 10-minute delay, just to give a little extra. But we're gonna be switching to this. Hong has a new video.
Are they live?
Yeah, we're gonna be checking it out from the beginning.
Oh no!
I usually always do like 10-minute delay, just just for extra. So there's a lot of people that'll just go straight up live, and I'm like, no, listen. If you want to go live, go there. We're
Right.
gonna
So
be
that
on
way,
delay. You know what I mean? We'll be on.
yeah,
delay.
you're not just taking over their.
Right. Yeah. So if you want to watch it live, there's the link. We're gonna just be on a 10-minute delay, and we're gonna see what this update is here. I want to promote this channel real quick. Dog the Bounty Hunter. Please go sub to him as well. Come on back. Let me display that. And then, okay, we're going to go. It should be at the 10-minute mark. So let me.
Man, I used to love watching Dog when I was a kid.
Where is it? All right, here we go. So this is 10-minute delay. Check it out.
Bust a child's lip with braces on.
His
own child went through 5-6 marriages, and now.
Okay, so this is weird. He starts off with busted lip. There will be no closed captioning because it doesn't have it on the live, and it is sped up just a skosh.
Bust a child's lip with braces on. They're his own child. Went through 5-6 marriages, and now,
dude,
Sebastian Rogers is missing. If you go through the timeline and everything, and I'm pretty sure everyone had it. Every time I go through it, the more and more questions come out about this Dropfoot family, Outfoot, whatever, Dropfoot, that people are pointing fingers at the dad and say this family has nothing to do with it. The more you look into it, the more and more I have questions. Okay, more and more I have questions. You're saying the family was seen at a Texas roadhouse last final supper of Sebastian before he disappeared. All right. And it's been 7 months, no leads. It's about to go on 8 months. 2 more weeks. It's about to go on 8 months.
Dude.
No leads.
Oh my God.
Nothing.
I tried telling him.
They're
dude, I was in the show when I was like, it's 6.5, bro. Come on, man.
He's obviously not reading your comments because he still ain't got it right yet.
8 months now. Now we're going to be 8 months?
Yeah. He needs to get it right. I mean, if you're going to do the journalism, you might as well, actually study up for it.
All right. I mean, let me put this up real quick. Hold on. Let's put this up real quick. Here we go. Let me update that for you. We'll just let it sit there for a minute. I knew what day he was missing before I even got there. I didn't know the day before because I'm asking the crew, have you guys heard of Sebastian? Everybody keeps begging me to go up there. Well, let's go. I'm driving up there. I'm getting information as we're getting up there. I'm getting to understand what was taking place, what was going down that day, what was reported. I'm trying to learn as I get there before I even get there. And that's just the morning that I'm driving down there to get there.
It's because you're doing your due diligence and actually getting the facts straight before you report on them.
And he's already starting it off like not last night because it was a combo of the two videos he put out before, but he's starting it out like from a couple nights ago.
Yeah, there's not a change.
Name dropping and
that's a shame.
Allegations and about to be 8 months.
Maybe somebody needs to send him a calendar.
Just send him this. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't even just send him this photo. Just be like Nick, because I mean, yeah, Nick was saying 7 months, but he was at least telling you the date that he went missing, the time he was reported, the Amber Alert. He was telling you the sweatshirt, glasses, sweatpants, all of this stuff. Except for the small flashlight. What's up, April? Everybody else, thank you. I don't understand. I don't know. If it was my kid, I'd be like, I would send him this photo. I'd be like, come on, man.
Just without, you wouldn't even have to say anything.
Come on, man. That's why I'm putting it up here. That's why whenever we come across that, I'm going to put it up here because it's important. Because if anybody that is first hearing about Sebastian comes across this moment in this video, I want them to see. Okay. All right. It doesn't look like they're live anymore. All right. Let's go back to it. Wow. All right.
Bust a child's lip with braces on. They're his own child.
That's how it
Went
starts.
through 5-6 marriages, and now Sebastian Rogers is missing. If you go through the timeline and everything, and I'm pretty sure everyone has, every time I go through it, the more and more questions come out about this Dropfoot family, Proudfoot, whatever, Dropfoot, that people are pointing fingers at the dad and say this.
And I'm going to pause it right now. Thank you, Caddy. If there is anybody in this chat That is not about the peace, positivity, and progress. Everybody already knows the rules already. If you don't, this is the rule right here. Peace, positivity, and progress. This channel is about the PPP. No rude or disrespectful comments. If you can't follow the PPP, we have no choice but to ban you. No explanation needed because this is your explanation. Thank you. Appreciate that.
This family has nothing to do with it. The more you look into it, the more and more I have questions. Okay, more and more I have questions. You're saying the family was seen at a Texas roadhouse last final supper of Sebastian before he disappeared. All right. And it's been 7 months, no leads. It's about to go on 8 months. 2 more weeks, it's about to go on 8 months.
Oh my lord.
No leads, nothing. Okay. The TBI hasn't done anything. There's no leads. All they did was they found footprints, construction site, drained a pond, second pond, found a mannequin, not a kid. And there are more and more questions coming out on why isn't the step family saying anything? Okay. Even with the interviews that the step parents and the mom came on, just believe me, only 3 interviews, and it's been going on 8 months. All that they're saying is not just gibberish, like trying to fix their story. Like the first interview was a little bit tacky. Second interview, they try to fix their story up. And when it comes to the third interview, it just started to look very, very, very shady. Like there was an interview where Chris said that the scratch marks that he had on his neck and his hands and everything was from a dog. Now, would dogs really do that to their owners? I don't really think so. Like,
see, this is, dude.
You never had German Shepherds then, man.
This is this is what we were asking the first fucking week when we saw the interview with Chris Proudfoot wearing the blue shirt and the ball cap, and he had his arm sitting on his lap, and we zoomed into the photos and this and that. It doesn't mean that we sit there and say that they're the ones that were the flashlights and they have LE working underneath their payroll, and this is Dog's team. This is Dog's team.
That's what I can't wrap my
tiny what I mean? I can't
brain around, man. Because like I look at Dog as a grown man who has lived a hardship life, learned from mistakes, grown, and is just like solid. And then I see these 2 kids, like I'm pretty sure they're my age, but like just remind
$1,000 shoes.
Yeah, they remind me of literally like Nickelodeon, like some I don't know. I want to be positive about it. But I don't see the association. Like, I don't see. It's just so weird. I don't see what they bring to Dog.
Negativity.
Well, I mean, as far as like anything good.
Yeah, that's all they bring is.
Oh, he's just weird. It's like Walmart and Dollar General. Something like that. You know what I mean? You got Walmart.
Yeah, there you go, man. No,
and then you got Dollar General talking for Walmart or something.
It's DG and DT.
It's just weird.
Dollar General and Dollar Tree.
Or like
that's what it is, man.
Or like Taco Bell and Taco John's or something. Like you know what I mean? Like advertising.
Don't say man. Don't say nothing bad about Taco John's, man.
They're advertising for the like.
Oh, you're hitting my soul right now talking about Taco John's like that, man.
I thought he was going to say Del Taco. So
okay, yeah, say Del Taco. Don't say Taco John's. Oh, Taco John's.
It's just no. I like Taco John's.
6-pack and a pound. Shoot, double it.
Like it just don't add up. Like I keep waiting for Dog to come out and just say something, and if he, man,
I don't know if you're gonna be waiting forever on that one, dude.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
No, they're sinking. The more that they listen. Nick was I was like, Nick, dude, what's? But when I'm seeing this, it's like, you know what? At least Nick, even though at first he was kaboom, kaboom, kaboom to
Yeah,
everybody. But
he came off strong.
right, but after that, okay. So what if you say the same shit over and over and over and over? That's why I'm saying we take it off, we put it down on the shelf. But this right here, man, I don't see Dog being
Well,
down
this
with
is totally
this.
different than what Nick was doing.
Yeah, I could see him saying, "Okay, Nick, you want to be the social media, king or whatever? Go do your thing. Just bring awareness. Don't bring any negativity, yada yada." But with this right here, I don't know. And he says he's part of Dog's team along with Nick. He's part of At Night organization. I don't understand how Dog is like even being associated with it because I've never seen him be associated with it in what 30 years.
Hey, people are saying they're not sure if they're actually working with Dog.
They keep claiming it.
So was
Dog,
there?
Claim it.
yeah. Nick and Dog were supposed to be on Jennifer Coffindaffer
Oh,
yesterday.
yeah.
What are you all talking about?
I'm sorry, man.
You know what? Like,
Yeah.
why would Nick be on Jennifer Coffindaffer?
At the same time.
Right. And you know why they had to reschedule? It wasn't because of Dog. It was because
No.
of Nick. Yeah. And they're
I'm starting to get the vibe that these two are just a smokescreen for what's going on behind the scenes. They're trying to get everybody.
dude, this is not Dog's
That's a
kind of
bad-
smoke screen, bro.
That's
This
a bad
is,
smoke screen, though.
dude.
It's
Yeah,
it's more than smoking.
it's allegations. It's more court stuff that's going to be brought to Sebastian's case with his name attached to it. It's not good. It's not. You're talking about a PR nightmare, bro. If this gets to the mass, to the masses.
So what happens if they get a subpoena to go to Sumner County?
They're in big shit.
They'd probably get it worked out. Bullhorn Betty could have done it remotely from Zoom. She just didn't do it. These guys, these guys are going to do it remotely from PA, which they can because ever since COVID, it's a good thing now because it makes the court
it makes sense.
move through quicker and but he was like telling everybody they're going to have like a basketball player, they're going to have court cases left and right while he's saying the stuff that he's saying. But there's other ways to make a smoke screen where you're not like you're throwing French fries in a deep fryer, man. Like,
Man,
Dog's about bacon, not frying.
Yeah, these two are the weakest link in the group.
Big time. They're bringing so much other stuff than what it is intended. Like, think about it.
Yeah, they're really riling a lot of stuff up. But I don't know. It was just my thought for a minute there that it was like a smoke screen to get attention on them instead of what's going on behind the scenes.
Well, that's what I thought at first until I seen Honk.
Dude, it's a reckless way to go about it, man. That's not any public relation would tell you stay the F away from that. Seriously. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't have his public relations reaching out to him like, Dog, what the F are you doing, bro? Seriously, I don't see how. I don't.
I'm just glad he's sitting down today instead of walking around in circles.
But the people, okay, so the reason I don't think they're using this for the people, the trolls, because the trolls were already attacking each other. So what benefit do you have to do this so the trolls can be focusing their attention on Hong? They don't need to focus their attention on Hong because they're already focused their attention on everyone, themselves. So that's what I'm saying. It's not a PR is not going to be like, hey, everybody's cooking nuggets. Why don't you throw one in too?
Yeah.
No, they're not. They want you to stay as far away from it as possible.
That's true.
Because at any moment, this dude could say the wrong thing, which he's already saying a lot. But at any moment, he could literally say the wrong thing because look at what he's saying now. he could say something even worse, and it's gonna go. Listen, it don't matter if you're the one saying it or not. If you're associated with it, you're still a part of it.
Yep. You still go down the ship.
And if you're like Nick says, we know information, we just can't tell you. Well, then what the hell does Hong know to be coming out here throwing these crazy allegations out? What does he know? What does Dog's team know for Hong to
Oh
be
man,
coming
it
out?
would be.
You know what I mean?
It'd
Like,
also be. Were you instructed by anyone? Oh man, it'd be a whole nightmare.
PR nightmare, bro. This is look, I get where you guys are coming from because yeah, it's a smoke screen, but man, this is not a smoke screen that you take part of. Because
No,
if you want this to take part of, you're already like, yo, this is your gig.
Yeah, the pyrotechnician fell asleep and everything's going haywire.
Yeah, like a Corey Feldman
Yeah.
concert.
Oops.
Has anybody watched Corey Feldman concerts? You got to check them out sometime. Right in the beginning, there's always a mess up, and then he blames the band.
Oh my
It's crazy. All right, here's some more of it. Man, this is crazy. How many minutes is it? It's 16 more minutes.
Like, there's no way you could get scratch marks on your neck and on your hand from a dog. Okay. And the other question that comes to mind for me is the first interview, second interview, you guys mentioned specific times. Like, if my son went missing, it would be like, oh, he went missing in such and such time. Not exact time you guys are saying, oh, he was there at like 9:43. I was talking to my wife, and then the next interview is I was talking to my wife while she was reading a book. I was asleep, this and that. How does that make any sense?
Better than a month off, bro.
It sounds so scripted on the exact times that you guys are saying. Like,
it
you
is.
guys wouldn't know the exact time you guys.
Hold on, I'll pause it.
What
bro.
you guys
Hold
did
on.
yesterday. Okay.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it is strange.
It's better than being a month off.
Given exact times like that, like they were staring at a freaking clock while they were talking on the phone. It's just weird.
Well, we are going to be going through all the interviews from the parents on both sides. You know, I know Seth has got a lot of them. I'm not going to focus on a crazy amount of like the panel stuff. You know, there's going to be some where it does involve a panel or whatever, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be because I mean, you could literally have 7 freaking shows with all the time Seth has been on a panel, and I'm not trying to. That's just too much. But I mean, I think it's important, you know, especially when we're talking about the facts and what exists and what doesn't, what law enforcement has reported. And those interviews are part of it because it's their own words, it's the answers or their own questions, whatever it may be. You know, so we are going to be checking them out. There's a couple from the Proudfoots, not very many. There's a couple local. You got Nancy Grace, then you got Katie on what's that channel, Reels or something. And then after that, you know, Seth's local TV interviews and you know, popping up on News Nation and things like that. So I think it's needed. You know what I mean? Like when there's all this like this dude right here. Like I get how you feel that way, man, but dude, you're part of. Dude, I'm gonna be honest. Like, if any of us did that stuff, I wouldn't want to work with you anymore. I'm just being honest.
Oh yeah, I mean it's super dangerous what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. Well, man, I didn't think you could.
And I know you guys won't. You know what I mean? That's why we're still together and stuff.
I mean, if I had like, for one, if I did have something, but for two, that would be turned over to the police. So therefore, there would be no talking about it.
Right.
Not until it was like over, because you wouldn't want to mess up, you know, any chance of, yeah.
Yeah, that's the important part right there. Is just don't mess up the investigation.
I don't see him. I don't know. I don't see him being associated with this. This will probably, honestly, this will probably ruin it for Dog when it comes to social
Social
media,
media at all.
right? Content creators, just like just like you
Oh
had
man.
somebody on another panel last night talking all this negative ass shit about me and Trey, on somebody else's show, and
Right.
it's like you guys don't understand, like. It's
Yeah, not even in an opinion.
it's
Just
not
state.
even it's not yeah, it's just hate, because if you were basing your opinion off of information, because that's where you get an opinion from, well then what information did you base that opinion of the things that you said about me and Trey? Because none of it is true whatsoever. And I'm so glad that at least one person on that panel, Sarah's suspicions, actually stood up for me and Trey to the point where she put her foot down and left the fucking panel because she was tired of nobody standing up for me and Trey on that panel on last night's show.
Yeah, she's freaking awesome.
Thank you very much.
She comes in our game night shows, man, a lot. So if you remember from the last, yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah.
was the only, and there's other people in that panel that come in the show. They weren't saying anything to defend you and me. It was
Nope.
just Sarah. Not even the host. The host knows more than ever what kind of work that I do and who I am and where I'm coming from.
I don't even. Well, I
Couldn't
haven't.
couldn't even stand up for me on her own fucking panel, bro.
I have an idea of how it
She's the
came
only
to
one that
be.
stood up for me and you. That's it. One
Yeah.
person.
Well, there was a comment down below from somebody.
It was like 5 people on panel. 1 out of 5. That's pretty sad.
And how many of them know me? They may not know you, but they know me.
It's like retaliation, even though I never said anybody's name.
And if you know me, then you know who I associate myself with, and I don't associate myself with people that aren't about the same path that I am. So anything that's said bad about you shouldn't even exist either, because if you know me, well then you know I'm working. I mean,
Exactly.
and they know you. They know you. But I'm just saying, as a hypothetical.
Yeah, they know all of us. But
Which is funny because I don't even know them.
And we're coming out on a show talking about how we all need to support each other and be positive and all these different things. It was just kind of ironic when I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and we'll just keep going with this. I don't want this to be another show.
Like, what did you guys do at 10:30 yesterday, or 10:30? Matter of fact, 10:42 yesterday.
Because I'm pissed.
And then the other point I want to say is, why did Chris? He keeps saying, "I am respectful, I am straightforward kind of person," but like when you're on Nancy Grace, you didn't even want to answer the questions of the make and model of your car, and you're there trying to find your kid, buddy. Like, everyone knows the make and model of your car, and especially you're a construction guy, okay? Like, those pickup trucks, you have to do a vast amount of research before you pick up a pickup truck for you to work. All right? And then the wife. There was an extra car at the house, and you're here saying, "Oh, the company won't let us do this. The company won't let us do that." Well, your wife's LinkedIn said your wife works at a security system company, I'm sorry. And all they drives is those like mini cargo trucks. What is it? Those Dodge fleet vans?
They're
That's
transit.
all public record. So
They're
why are
transit.
you withholding and hiding things like this on national TV? It makes it look so shady. All right, brother. It makes it look so shady that like you don't want your kid to be found. All right, like all that really matters is for us is what happened to Sebastian. Okay, at this point, 8 months, no leads. Where is Sebastian and what happened to him? All right. And all the nights that, like, believe me, brother, like, all the nights that you can't sleep is the guilt because you're reliving on what happened that night. That's why you can't sleep. That's why you're paying these piglets to come on at night to bash and give death threats to people that is actually trying to help to find Sebastian. Okay.
So he's paying these people now?
That's what he said. Paying them, the police.
So yeah, he was paying the police.
That's what he's saying. That's not what I'm saying. But
yeah. So now they're paying people on the platform to listen. If this was some other content creator, we wouldn't even be playing it because really everybody's got one of these opinions and there's not enough time. We got too much time to look at real shit. But when it comes from the team, we have to. Because we're trying to find any kind of direction that we can find to try and make our efforts even more effective. We have to listen to this. I have to look at it and go, where's this information coming from?
that's what I keep wondering.
Not that I'm saying it couldn't exist. You know, what he's saying isn't true. I'm not saying that whatsoever. What I'm saying is, where's the information?
It's almost
Especially
like
from
it's
the team.
directly. Yeah, I would say just channeled.
It's coming
Well-
from his team, so we have to.
I'd love to see the receipts on that.
I was what? You were there? You were there, homeboy. Turn chat into subscribe. My chat's always on subscribers only, 5 minutes. It's always been that way since I started my lives. So I don't know what you mean. Good evening, but I don't know what you mean, man. I set that shit when I set the noti. That's it. Other than that, I don't flip what when I came into chat he flipped it on subscriber. What,
Oh, that
maybe-
might have been me, man.
Oh, you?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah, I just set it and forget it, you know? Like the
My-
ShamWow.
I'm still figuring out YouTube.
Well, I mean, you know,
Let me go to the settings.
you get rid of a lot of trolls when you just 5 minutes. You know, I'm not like other people. You got to wait like 10 days or
I kind of set mine extreme, to be honest.
20 minutes
On
or
that one,
anything,
no,
dude.
it's 20 hours.
Yeah. Holy crap, dude!
I went extreme on this one because people were
Nobody could chat.
no. It was pretty good chat tonight. It was peaceful.
He was like, man, it was peaceful.
That was,
I just opened it up, so we'll see.
that's like somebody else setting it on 5 days.
I did 20 hours. It was very peaceful tonight. Everybody was nice.
Well, yeah, dude.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
It was just the fam. Shoot.
All right,
It was
live
your-
chat.
It was your cousins in the immediate
Yeah,
family.
I was wondering. I was like, "There's only one time I took it out of context, and I apologized and unblocked them." It was someone that is usually really nice, and they were getting frustrated because I didn't read the chat, and I was scrolling through.
Yeah.
So-
if you're Trey's distant cousin, you're
I
not invited to the picnic.
I forgot I turned on chat to that far. So now it's open.
Oh,
So
shit.
my bad.
Oh,
Uncle Taco.
shit. What's at least you figured it, you know, like you noticed it, like, because who knows, you might have did it again and you wouldn't even know it was on 20 hours, bro.
And then like, nobody's talking.
He's like, it was peaceful tonight.
That's what I was thinking.
Chilling in the backyard. Where are the crickets tonight?
Yeah. Well, it was going pretty slow. I was like, cool.
I was in such a hurry I didn't even turn it on, you know.
Well, they can comment
You
after.
guys are awesome. Huh?
I said they can comment after. It doesn't do no good though in a live. It's bringing out the
Oh.
peace.
Oh my gosh, you guys crack me up. I love you guys, man.
Dude, every time I
Oh,
look at
shit.
YouTube, I find a different setting.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of them in there.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it is. That is. It is, man. I'm still trying to figure out how to do certain polls and shit, man. But I just don't even hey, I've got like 7 things going on at the same time when I'm doing a live. Maybe maybe one day when I have an office or something and there's an assistant or some
You just
kind
be
of
hitting the buttons.
right, like I
would
can
be-
just focus on
Dude, that
one
would flow.
screen.
That would flow
That's
really
it.
good.
Just focus on the like like Rogan has Jamie,
Young Jamie.
Yeah, we can just sit
Wait.
there and make sure we focus on the conversation, and then Jamie's got it. Jamie's got it. He was taught. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't want a Jamie. I want 2 dudes named Rocco and Rocco. There's 2 big old boys hitting the buttons. They'd be my security and the IT dudes.
2 birds,
Just-
1 stone.
Just
man.
walk around. We don't have to worry about nobody.
Oh shoot! Does it have a waterfall?
No waterfall.
Okay, you're not that bougie.
I was thinking like a shed. Just something cheap I
Just
can
a
build. Just a shed with Rocco and Rocco and me.
You get one of those. You get one of those like little 8x7 houses or something. That
I
are
thought
sheds.
about. Well, I could build. I used to
That's
build
the
those in
guest
school.
house. There's the guest house.
Like there wouldn't even be a bed. There'd just be computers, camera gear.
Hey, sweatshop.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, I'd run a
Oh, shoot.
like a 30 amp or something for AC.
All right. All right, you guys. I gotta get back. Oh man, you guys. Oh shoot.
We'll be going all night at this rate.
We gotta have like a lounge show where we just sit back and just have comedy hour, without this. You know what I mean? Like for
The
real,
stress.
we just got to sit back at the lounge one
Just
night
one.
and just talk about whatever. Just talk
We-
about whatever.
We were kind of doing jokes and stuff last night.
Yeah, where it's just regular stuff, not even
Just life.
true crime stuff.
just
Yeah,
normal
just
stuff.
yeah, just we just get together and maybe we could do like I don't know, just watch different things or something and have reactions out of them or
Tell
something.
you about all the funny shit my dog does.
We could, it could, dude. We should, man. We should have like one night a week where we all just hang out and we just talk about whatever freaking topic it's gonna be, man.
You
Will
talk
do.
about Kitty, I talk about my dog, and
Whatever, man. It could be
Whatever.
whatever. It could be whatever, man. It could be whatever. It could even be
We
like pop culture and stuff like that too.
we have one whole night on bloopers as a new creator. The things
There we
we've
go.
done.
Hey. Yeah, and the thing with the call-in, here's the thing with my live call-in. I can do it when I'm by myself because I don't have any of the fancy equipment. I just got your basic shit.
Right.
Because really, if I get equipment that's going to be worth something, I'm getting it for the stuff that I do out on location. The stuff here at home is minimal stuff. So when it comes to the live calls, literally, I just have like a wireless speaker that's right outside my microphone in front of my face, and it's a wireless speaker, and I just have that playing through the microphone that I talk in. So unfortunately, anybody that does call in, they're not able to hear what the panel says. I don't have that kind of equipment. So that's why I can only take like the live calls when I'm just by myself, because I feel bad. I used to do the live call stuff and I would have people on panel, and I felt bad because then the people on panel wanted to ask questions or kind of had great points in it, and I felt bad because it's like, well, I'll just quit doing that because I just felt bad about it. But so that's why if if the day comes where I can make that happen or something, I could definitely. It's just there's no way for the panel to be able to be heard on the caller, and I think it would be really cool. So
If I wouldn't,
someday down the road.
I could set you up with a anyway. 3CX on a server. There's a lot of firewall rules though, but I can get you a number for $5 a month, and you can use it. It's just a lot to set up and it's a lot to keep up with. Because I've had 2 different phone numbers just because I stopped paying my $5 because $5 don't sound like a lot, but it adds up. And I'm like, so I quit paying it, and then I lose the number, and then I had to reprogram everything. But it's pretty cheap, and you can use there's a app for your phone, so you can set up anyway. There's a lot of network rules, so you'd have to have an actual firewall. It's like pfSense or something, but you can use that same number. Usually you can use the 2 lines at the same time, but as far as like say Busby had one on his PC or his phone, and you had yours on your desktop, or you had a hard phone, then I could have one, or however you like. It wouldn't even have to be permanent, but you could have it set up to where everything it looks local, so you can literally just do like phone to phone without using the phone number. So you could do like a conference if you wanted to. Everybody could hear it.
Huh. That sounds complicated as fuck,
It's
man.
Yeah.
it's pretty simple actually. It's just a lot to keep up with when you're doing everything else.
Jamie, I just have baby Angel and she don't know how to do that stuff. So.
Oh no, you could do it. But
that's
it
my
becomes,
assistant. That's
it becomes a lot.
She's awake now. Here, hold on. Let me play some more of this. I'm gonna get her on my lap here real quick. I'm gonna wake her up, but she's moving around a little bit, and we'll show her on camera here.
All right.
Give me 1 second here. We'll just see if he has anything new. Thank you all for being here.
Thing is, why does the mom make such a big deal about her making breakfast that morning, like the second and third interview? I find that really funny because your child is 15 and he's autistic, and you make it like you force your child to make breakfast for everyone, like he's the Cinderella of the family because he's special. All right. And what I don't get is, even based on like just basic questions that was asked on national news, national TV, you try to dodge those questions like it was bullets coming at you. Like, why aren't people like questioning that? Like, they ask you what kind of shoes, what specific shoes your son wears. You're scared to say that. Oh, he has multiple shoes. And then like the husband goes on and lie about, oh, the cops has already gotten a full inventory of Sebastian's shoes. But even the wife came and corrected you that the inventory that they looked at was the wife inventory to check inventory, not the police, the wife. Okay. And the other thing is, why are you so like, I don't know, like I just have like this weird gut sense that you guys know what happened and you guys just want to hide it. Okay. Like, honestly, like the 5 marriages you've been on it's what's in it for you. Okay. Like, I wouldn't be surprised that you married this woman, Sebastian's mother, because of Sebastian's disability. Okay. You also went on, you don't want to disclose what kind of medicine your son takes. Now, like, forgive me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure Sebastian left the house without his medications, and it's been 8 months. Okay. Have the police checked? Has anyone went and still grabbing his prescription? Has anyone checked that? You know, like things are just getting funnier and funnier the more I look into this. And for those of you that doesn't want to look at the facts or like just listen to your cult leader from like the tiki-takis and like the YouTubers that wants to that's being paid to stop people from finding Sebastian. Like, come and help us. Like, you're being paid anyway. Once Sebastian is found, you're going to be paid even more. You're the one that found him. So why use that strength, that hatred you have towards people that's actually trying hard to do like search parties?
See, I want to pause this real quick because I want to take what he's saying and kind of explain stuff to people. Come here, baby. And let's show baby. Come here. Come here. So when it comes to, come here. Man, she is on fire right now too. So I might have to let her down because she's going to tear her toys up. She's feisty right now. This is why I don't understand when you have people like me, Trey, Busby, and they go to contribute to the shows that aren't going out there getting search parties together, going out there to search or investigate or do any kind of work with the community. And I just, it's disheartening
It is
because
disheartening, buddy.
you see a lot of it. You know, do we complain about the repairs that we have to make? You guys don't even know about most of the repairs that we even have to make unless it's on a live where we're somewhere and the repair gets, you know what I mean? Other than that, you know, we don't even tell you guys about the we're not even making these shows about, hey, come support us and all this other stuff, but you sit there and you see the support that goes out to certain communities that are just sitting on their ass, that are just playing other people's videos, that are just, hey, what's the newest drama tonight?
That's all it's covered.
And you have people that are real like us that actually go out there, a lot of the times put our life on the line just to help people understand or to try and make a difference for somebody else that we don't even know. And I just don't understand the stuff that it is. I want to take what he's saying and you know, kind of bring light to this, because it's like, if you guys really truly want people like us to be able to continue to do what we're doing and to be out there and to make a difference, what is because we don't talk shit about people, we don't, you know, we're actually trying to make a difference. We're going to places where it's not even our community to go help, and you have people that are on this platform that are from certain communities that we go to and they don't even step foot out their damn door. And we're driving all these hours and miles.
One way.
Right.
And it's just so much time, wear and tear on everything, but we don't ever talk about that. Not really. Not unless it's like a major issue or something, like as it happens. I might say, hey, I'm working on this right now, and you know.
Right.
But you don't see everything.
No. And I just don't get it, because it's like all of this support just goes to all these other channels, and then you got, you know,
it's because
people
drama,
that are actually doing stuff, and it's like, wow.
It's just weird how, like, anything drama wise, or I don't want to say negative, but how certain things gain traction as far as people liking it and sharing that channel out there.
Right.
I don't know.
We don't shove.
We're not here to entertain either. Like, I think that's one thing.
We try and make it enjoyable for you while
Yeah.
we're doing what we're doing, but
it's not a circus.
No.
I don't know.
No, it's not. It's not a sympathy ploy or some kind of commercial. You know what I'm saying? It's
And there are,
look,
I mean, like CJ said, there's plenty of times where there's areas we probably shouldn't really be in, just due to safety reasons. Like areas we're not from, we're not familiar with, and people know we're not from there. So whether that's on the ground or in the water, we do kind of put ourselves in harm's way. I'm not gonna lie, I've put myself in some situations where I know it's like I'm literally in the middle of nowhere by myself. I'm jumping off the boat into the water, current.
you don't
There's
even know what's going to happen
yeah,
underneath the water when
no
you
idea what's gonna happen. You can
can't even see.
Oh.
you don't know what the environment's gonna be like. As soon as you get comfortable, that's when something stupid happens. I got stuck underneath the truck or underneath the tree that was in the back of the truck because I got complacent. Because I was like, this would be easy. It was off to the side of the river. I think it was in like 18 foot of water. Current wasn't terrible. Didn't have a lot of air when I started out. I think I had like 1,700 pounds. Just trying to conserve because you only got so much air, and each air fills $10. Especially when you're not near, somewhere where you can go get them filled for free. But got complacent, got stuck underneath of a tree, and ended up cutting my way out of the line and then up and out. So you just never know. Like, we definitely want to contribute and help all the communities and solve some of these missing person cases, but it's not for the faint of heart. We put in a lot of times. It's just gas money adds up real quick,
It does.
faster. Like, I underestimated this last trip. Like, it just goes quicker than what I ever could imagine. And you got to take like not just like 30 hours of driving. It's the in betweens too. Like, you got to scope out the area, drive back, just depending on where you're at. But a lot of these places are pretty remote sometimes. And if you're in the city, then it's stop and go traffic, just wear and tear, maintenance.
Well, I mean, shoot, I was out in Myrtle Beach once.
Oh man,
I was traveling every week and a half. I would spend a few days
you
at
put some
home,
miles.
Yeah, you did.
and not only miles in between, but miles. Lumber River State Park is almost 2 hours away.
That was a haul. That
And
was
then-
further than what I thought.
And then to go to Solid Rock, you're talking almost another hour from where I was at. So it was like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff that is involved with it. That's why a lot of the times I wasn't even able to go live because literally I had to get rest. Like, there's a lot of
That's not to mention your energy levels, something to drink, flat tires, locking yourself out of the car.
Trust me, I underestimated, the Myrtle Beach, but you know what? It was like I got to give 150. You know what I mean? It's
What
So
it's all-
when I'm out there, I always tell myself, even when I wake up dead tired, I got to keep my foot on the gas during this entire thing, because if I don't, because you get up, and the next thing you know, it's pitch black and you're out of time.
yeah. Or you
So-
go to take an hour nap, and next thing you know, it's 4 hours later.
Yeah.
Because you're in a vehicle, and then everything is out of
Hot
whack.
yeah.
Out of whack, because then everything that you had planned for that schedule is just everything's a nightmare now. And yeah,
everything's-
so you just continue to push and push and push, and that's why I don't understand. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, man. Like, the people
is
that
just-
are out there, that's who you should support first. The people that are sitting there at a damn desk, like, come on now.
That's all gonna be taken.
Not
out
to
of
say that
context,
they
I'm sure.
don't help, but come on now.
I was going to bring up the 700 or 800 miles I drove just
Come
going
here.
there in April, but then you brought up, going to South Carolina, and I was like, yeah, that was a lot more than that. But I mean,
It all adds up together. I mean, as a whole.
wear and tear, and like you said, what about the flat tires? And then you got to get something to eat, keep your
Yep.
fuel going.
I ended up buying like 12-pack of Sprite, a 12-pack, or was it either 8-pack or 6-pack of Powerade, and then bottles of water, and then some electrolyte water. And I was making me like a cocktail. I was like, oh, that'll last me like 3 days. Not when you're out in the heat like that.
No, no.
Everything starts going pretty quick, and that was just me, like just one person until I got with CJ. Everything kind of doesn't add up sometimes, but you definitely take money out of your pocket.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wanted, not to just paint that picture, but I do want to thank channel members and everyone that did donate fuel. Because without y'all, I probably wouldn't have been able to make it home.
At any time for any of these trips, because really, it's because of you we're able to, do these things and work with
We
the
wouldn't be able
community.
to
Right.
if it wasn't for everybody here.
Yeah, and that's
that's
why
a
I'm
fact.
saying, like,
Like, I remember-
I just don't understand why they don't get supported more.
I had saved up money, and then I got, I don't know, a little bit over midway, I guess, halfway through the trip. And I think it was Alive, and I said, hey, I'm reaching out for a little bit of fuel money. Every little bit did help. By the time I got back home, I had $60 in the bank. So,
Wow.
yeah, that's what I was saying. I was pushing it.
Yeah.
And like, that's, God forbid something happen as far as something break, which it did break, but luckily it was home like a week later, however long it was.
I can't even spend 60 on gas.
That's yeah.
I can't. It's I think we both, especially with what we did out in Lumber River, man, like
it goes quick.
We were both pushing as much as we could push, and it's it's at that point now where it's like
I'm trying to play catch up.
Yeah.
And I know you are too.
You both went to the breaking point,
Oh, we did for sure. And that's why I'm just like, I don't understand.
Shout out to Busby and the community for reaching out to Garmin. They did respond, and then yeah, I sent them my old transducer. The guy said there's definitely something wrong with it, and then they're sending me one back. It should be here tomorrow, or not tomorrow.
Nice.
Should be here Monday.
Oh, hell yeah, man!
And it was out of warranty. So
I'm so glad you finally said that shit, because I've been trying to keep that secret.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out a good time to say it. So thank you, Busby, and thank you everybody that was there that day, because it definitely worked.
You're welcome.
Nana. Yeah, Nana, you need to chill a little bit, because even though you didn't want to defend me on the panel last night, I'm letting my guests speak for a little bit so they can also say some stuff. I already have your question highlighted. We're going to go ahead and get to it. Anyways, I felt it started to be a gamer abduction after we were done with our searches, when we all stood there after that late night search on the lake. And, we were like, man, this is crazy. There's no signs. There's no direction. Like, this is crazy. When it comes to any of these other cases, there's usually something.
Typically, when you're there that long and there's law enforcement and first responders that search like they did, someone will come across something that's credible, whether that's a sighting, a mailman seeing something. Someone usually comes forward and says, hey, I did see a kid dressed like that walking this way, or a farmer seeing something. Whether there's a video of him in a certain direction, or hey, he's over at his friend's house, something, or he's over here at the school. That amount of time doing these searches, there's usually a sign.
Right. So, that's why I feel like it's a gamer abduction. Okay, and that's why I continue to feel that way. Now, there's some stuff that was sent to the team where it's like, whoa, this is crazy. It makes you maybe drop that percentage a little bit, but at the same time, that's what I still feel based off of what's there and what's not there. And when you look at all the other trafficking things that take place around Nashville, the surrounding community, not only the country, and they're using video games to do it because they can gain access to the children a hell of a lot easier. Then yes, you have to put it all together along with what evidence is there and what's not. When it comes to who I think was harassing it, I'm going to answer for me, and you guys can answer for you. I've already said this whole time it was 3 different groups, and I'm not going to say what groups,
Oh, I know
Right.
one group
But
that I.
y'all, there's two groups y'all can pretty much figure out, and then there's another group I'm not even going to mention because honestly, who knows? Maybe it's because they thought I was like these other
Yeah,
content creators out there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
I
not
know
even
exactly what
gonna.
you're saying,
But you know
and I
the
know who.
two, and the other one you can figure it out with the last answer that I gave you. I'm just not gonna say it.
I could have called the one creator out for saying something just by mistake, not by mistake, but just saying something as far as a vehicle being parked at a certain spot and then saying that you got it hooked up to your camper. And I'm like, you can't even hook that. That's like a fifth wheel. But no one called her. Anyway, just like little stuff. I just like one. I know before I showed up, at least to search, we made enemies with a group that all of a sudden they got threats. So I don't know where that
I
was
mean,
coming from.
we got threats an hour out on our first morning driving up there. I'm sure you guys probably got.
I think I had something in my inbox that I went to the other on the very first one. I truly don't remember. I usually delete them.
But when it comes to the people that were there doing the harassing, I'll let you guys answer for yourself because I already did mine. But like for each of you, because I know you each have your own experiences and then the experiences that we shared together. So, is there, did you want to answer that question or Busby? Do you want to answer that question? I figured I'd go ahead and open it up to you guys too, since you guys were out there as well.
Go ahead, Trey.
I mean, I had YouTubers harassing me.
That too.
Like straight up YouTubers.
Yeah.
And then I can't say specifics because I don't know, but just the comments. A lot of the comments, like they would go to my other that were like censored. Like whoever, just people with user accounts on YouTube. So
Well, I mean, the troll stuff is already, I mean, I think, Nana, were you asking like specifically on location, not necessarily like
on location,
the
man.
troll stuff? Yeah,
There was some,
that's
man,
what
it
I
was coming from weird directions. So certain people weren't even with us, and I was still getting harassed and threats from totally different community. And then that grew traction. Someone wasn't even with us, and they're saying like, "You're." That was me and my brother's joke. You're a piece of. That was just a joke because so many people had said that.
Right.
Being associated with certain people. So that was one, like that came from a lot of different angles. Like scuba diving YouTubers had sent their little minions to my live stream to hop in there, and we're just boom, 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 boom. And then after they would say it, other people from wherever, whatever community, would
but
hop in there and say it.
beyond the chat stuff, I mean,
Oh, beyond the chat,
just on location is what she's asking. Like when we weren't together, because I know there was sometimes you went out there when we weren't together. I know we were out there from the middle of March. When did we get together? When did we all meet? When was that?
Busby knows.
When did we all?
Busby had a specific day. I don't remember.
April 6th was when we were at the retaining pond.
So we were out there about 3 weeks then. Weird things were already happening. I was already getting followed. At first it was just one group.
Yeah.
Then
it ended up being the second, and then it ended up being three.
I know there's a family showing up.
Yeah.
But I can't really say that was a threat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get as much threats and everything as you two did. Of course, you're bigger channels than what I have, but
we had a group of people trying to like associate us supporting SOs and
yeah.
They basically made it to where if I stepped foot on a community and somebody came out with a shotgun because they thought I did some shit that I'd never even I'm not even down with that shit. In fact, I speak out like crazy about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that shit's the
that
most
was some shit right there.
you know what I mean? Like that right there.
I was getting emailed by another creator. I'll just say that, asking me why the hell I was with certain people and and all that, and I'm like, I didn't know, you know,
Just nasty souls. I mean, it,
and
th- a lot of people don't like the fact that we can go out there and do what we're doing because they can't, you know? And I just don't understand the jealousy and why somebody would want to try and get rid of you because they can't do
right.
what you can do. It doesn't make sense to me.
Then I got followed a couple times while I was trying to drive around after you guys left. Um, then I were
Sorry, Mike.
when you and I were doing the Raleigh Strain thing, I got followed by that homeless guy, and I mean, it's not
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
for
Mhm.
the faint of heart. When
And
there's
I told
shit,
you, dude. I said, "You want me to go back there with you to make sure everything's cool?"
no, I'm good. I'm good. I knew I was going to be good. I was protected, but then that security guy was freaking awesome.
Yeah, that was crazy because
Yeah.
I remember everybody in my chat going, "Busby disappeared. We don't know where he's at. Somebody was following him." And I'm like, "I just asked him if he wanted me to make sure he was good."
Yeah. I didn't respond for a few minutes because I was throwing my chair in the car. I'd gotten back to it, and they started freaking out. And I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm inside the car. My doors are locked. The guy didn't follow me into the parking garage, but he followed me all the way up to the entrance of it, staying behind me. And every time I would switch from like the right side of the sidewalk to the left side, he'd switch right behind me about 10 yards or so. It was obvious that he was following me. And there was a time or two that I stopped and turned around and looked at him, and he would just like look at the ground or whatever. But who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know a lot. I was down there for a while. I know what a lot of the who's who in the homeless encampments there.
Yeah, it was that guy. And that made me feel very uncomfortable. But I was like, nah, dude, if it's me or you, then I choose me.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, it was definitely. I mean, growing up there, I never was, really terrified of going out anywhere or whatever. But these couple trips have kind of opened my eyes back up to maybe you should keep your head on a swivel a little bit more.
Look at this right here. Carrie, thank you for hopping in. She says, "My son was gaming a few years ago and had an adult posing as a teenager trying to entice him to go down to Tennessee to meet up with him behind my back. A child on the spectrum could easily be lured." This is what I'm saying.
Very true.
And these people that are doing these rings, man, uh, they'll go to lengths, dude. They'll go to lengths. And especially you got some innocent kid, "Hey buddy, like, where are you from?" Not even thinking, you know? Not even thinking. We were just
I can't. Sorry, I
go ahead.
couldn't find my emails that I had because I had a couple specific ones. But as far as in person, I had certain somebody show up after a live stream just because they. Anyway,
Yeah, I know.
no longer part of the whatever you want to call it. But anyway, people's true colors tend to pop out whenever, like everything people were saying, and then I found out their true colors showed, like two different people. So luckily, I had my phone documentation and then a bunch of witnesses. But I mean, I lost my cool. I mean, I 100% lost my cool. Like I was ready to throw down. And then dude turns around after he goes almost over my boat trailer tongue, and he goes and gets the police. So that's just one little example. You're muted.
And there's a lot of them too. And this is the thing. A lot of the other threats that maybe some people might be referring to is threats that you can ask any of the other people that have gotten the same thing. These are things worded in a certain way.
Well, yeah. You're talking about like the propaganda.
No, just certain kind of like what kind of threats they are based
Oh,
off the
yeah.
wording, but the wording is used in a way that you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that kind of shit too. I mean, and hell, you even had somebody doing a live saying they were going to kick my ass. So
I remember that one.
So
after you helped them.
Yeah.
That's
I
what.
remember
Because I knew after a certain period of time, I had helped this person out so much in a lot of areas, and then when I'm out doing boat stuff, all of a sudden it's like, this attitude, and then I need this kind of money and this and that, and it's like, dude,
Yeah.
I've already helped you out so much. Dude, it was crazy the amount that I helped him, and then dude ended up he was like, he looked at it as a money making opportunity, and that's not what, you know what I mean? That's not what it's about. It's about
It's not what this is. Like
the contributions is what we depend on in order to get from location to location. It's not like we won the lottery and we can like just toss a bunch of fucking money around. A lot of the money that I had to fund the Myrtle Beach trip was funded before I went to Myrtle Beach. It's not to a specific case, it's to all communities, because we might have to drop and go to Missouri tomorrow.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I would say. Like it'll be used. I mean, it'll be used towards many cases.
Right.
Like if it's not all used on this case, it's going to be used towards the next one and the next one, because it's not how many cases. It's just when the next one happens.
Yeah. So
it's never ending.
So when it comes to that same person, when I just gave them money for stuff a couple days ago, because it's like, or a couple days before that, it's like, okay, yeah, you're trying to do the right thing. You need to be out there. And then all of a sudden you ask me for all this more money after this. And it's like, bro, you didn't even know I was coming into your fucking life to help you out with this money,
right?
Which I wasn't, I was just trying to be like, look, help out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? There's another person that wants to go out there and help. We need help. We need community. The community's helping. I'm going to help the community. It's the recycle of love shit. And when somebody's asking me for even more money after that, then I'm like, dude, figure it out your fucking self. Make your own fucking YouTube. Make this. Hey, CJ, help me. I need some money instead. If you can't help me, I need some dude, I will help you set up your fucking shit. And if people are going to be that fucking dumb and gullible, then go ahead. And there are a lot of people that are dumb and gullible that'll sit there and give to the hot dog steak. And then the reason that it even happened is because somebody a couple weeks later on, because I just backed the fuck away. When I realized what you're about and we're not about the same, I just backed the fuck away. How come Charlie's that? Because we're on two different paths. That's what I'm telling you. And then when he wants to make live shows talking shit about how I'm in it for this and this, and it's like, bro,
they don't even know. Because
I told you I didn't want to give you any more money, and if you were gonna like sit there and try and like, no, man, because I don't have it like that. The opportunities that I have are to go help everybody, not somebody that's gonna sit there and pretend like they're doing shit. I mean, you guys seen how long it went on until he stopped doing it.
I know I seen like it was either lives. I think it was lives. Either lives or his channel. I forgot, but yeah, things started disappearing.
He didn't find anybody in a river. He
No.
quit because he didn't have any more money. He was like telling you guys, I can't. I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna have to quit." And all of a sudden, you didn't hear from him anymore. He didn't go search after he got off of his job. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go on the weekends. He didn't do any of the other. If you really are about finding Sebastian and you're local,
Oh man, it'd be.
what do you mean? You can't take an afternoon once a week to?
I was gonna say
No,
if you're
he just
local,
dropped off, dude. He just dropped off.
It
if
was
you're
just
local, you'd be able to really knock out some area.
Yeah.
But in
It's-
this from this time frame,
sorry, Trey. It was
you're
just
good.
it was a user, man. Because I mean, even on his freaking lives, when you go in there, he would be like, "Yeah, I want to go here, but I need gas money before I can get there. Yeah, I want to go ahead and donate." I mean, not even try to.
I've never once said that. I've always gone to a community, and if the people want to support what I'm doing, then they're going to support. And if they don't want to, then obviously, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
what are you supposed to do? Okay. I mean, because it's just one of those things like, okay. So no, he didn't find any person in the river. It's just that's just crazy stuff. No, the dude disappeared. Because after he wanted to
Said he
send me that
couldn't.
threat, trust me, I watched him when he wasn't even watchable.
Said he
And
found two and couldn't handle it, and then had to walk away.
no. Just
That
like
would have been on that. You would have seen a newspaper clipping or something.
dude, just like he found a brand new clean fucking toy out in the mucky woods and said it was a sign from Sebastian.
I was just about to say that the tiger.
Yeah. Dude, he found it in the woods, in the mucky woods, and there wasn't even
Nothing on it at all.
No, dude, it was brand new. You could tell from
Probably didn't even have a tiger.
No, he did that because it was drying up for him because people are like, dude, you're sitting in your truck.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You asked for gas money and all these things, but you're just sitting in a truck. I don't necessarily believe TL anyway. Listen, that's shout out to her for going out there this weekend to search.
Shout out to her. She went beyond the 5-mile radius.
And shout out to Nick for, I don't know about Hong, but shout out to Nick for bringing the awareness that he brought, even though I don't agree with how he brought the awareness. Hong, I'm not going to agree with it because that's a different story. But I'm just going to say right now at this moment, you can see the video I posted earlier today. I may not agree with when you're looking at our footage, okay, because the link, I'll drop it and you can see how effective these searches were. When you compare these searches to the searches that you're talking about, I'm sorry. All I'm going to say is,
yeah,
and
I have
if
to.
you're out there, I support you. If you're out there, I support you. All right. I'm going to go back to this this Hong interview and finish it up and see what he's saying here. More allegations, I don't know.
Going on like bringing out their private, bringing out their own boats to go search. Why are you stopping these people? Like it's like that old song, like that I don't even know, like I don't know the name of it. You know, like why? Tell me why. It's all whys. There's no answers to this whole case. Okay, all right. If you just looked at the facts, like come on, the dad's cooperating. Okay, he wants his son back so bad that he's gonna lose his job, to be honest, the way he's going at. Like, and like I feel bad for the guy. Like seriously, like this is the only parent out of 3, not 2, 3 parent out of the 3 parents that's supposed to be loving this kid. This is the only parent that's out there trying everything. He would probably give his life to get his son back. Okay. And what does a stepdad do? Go on vacation. Go look at Harleys. Like, I understand people cope differently, but if my child was gone from my house out of thin air, I wouldn't be acting like this. Like, seriously, I wouldn't be acting like this. Okay. Like, and when literally there are recordings after recordings of on TikTok, well, this is the one time I give props for the TikTok people, is that phone call when Mr. Rogers called the stepdad and asked, there's rumors going around that the grandmom has it. He went straight to defense mode. Like, this guy could play. This guy, the time so fast that he went to the defensive mode that, like, he could probably make it to the defensive player of the year award in the NBA. Like, he goes to the attack as soon as somebody asks about where that child is.
Well, you know he likes the NBA.
Even on a YouTube interview live, they asked, how long have you been with Sebastian?
Come here, baby.
How long were you Sebastian's stepdad?
Come here.
He went straight to defensive mode. If you love your child, what parent or step parent will go on defensive mode and try to dodge that question? I mean, that's just me. I don't know what else to say, you know? And at this point, like, no leads, cops don't care about tips anymore. Like, I feel like the cops has already given up. We can't give up. But at this point, like, who knows? Like, at this point, like, aliens could have gotten this kid. And you're still pointing fingers at the father. I mean, this is absurd to me. Like, this is really, really absurd to me. Okay? Like, and for those people that's like, you know, just face the facts. Like face the facts, okay? It's been 8 months, 7 months, going to 8. 2 more weeks is going to be 8 months, okay? It's going to be 8 months.
I'm gonna speed it up.
To be honest, it's going to be 8 months. And you're still pointing fingers at the dad that's working at a prison jailer's salary, okay, which is not much. And every time he has a break, every time he has a day off, he's out there looking for his son. Okay. Like, the facts are there. Like, I don't want people to just follow the TikToks, the YouTubers, you know, like, I'm just here to keep the awareness going because they shut off Nick. Like, Nick will be back on probably soon. Like, we'll let you know. But, like, I'm just here to try to keep this green light still sparkle in the dark because it's going to go complete darkness soon. Like, we can't let that happen. Okay. There's no way I'm going to let that happen. I'm not going to let that slide because there is no way in America that a child should be vanished out of thin air. Like, this is not a third world country. There's no way any American should disappear in American soil. You know how embarrassing that is for our country? I'm just saying, like, and instead of helping, you're calling people going to the sites.
I see why this guy doesn't. I'm seeing why he's not creating his own YouTube because his YouTube wouldn't last very long, dude.
No,
It's
be
a bunch
gone.
of. Did anybody watch this whole thing? Because I really don't care to fucking watch any more of it. If it's just a bunch of rambling, a bunch of. I honestly don't know. He just talks. I don't know. Is there something that he says that's I'll speed it up. Maybe I'll speed it up even more because I just sped it up just now. I'll speed it up even more, and maybe he'll say something. I don't know. It's probably just going to be. I don't even know
same.
what it is at this point because Nick the Hat wasn't even doing this, man. Like, he would already be done by now. He'd already be done. I don't know what this is.
Following the people that's actually putting pamphlets around town, ripping it off, and call the cops on those people that's actually trying to help for vandalism. I've never seen some stuff like that. And for that church that went and trying to search, like, what, 5-6 months ago, even they said they haven't seen stuff like this for the past 15 years. Okay. And then we're trying to help. Every video that I watch that they're saying law enforcement is helping, law enforcement is there. There is thousands, 2,000s of law enforcement deputies helping. How is there help when each video I see, there's only 2-3 cop cars or 2 deputies walking on a 100-acre field? What can you find with 2 people in 100 acres? It's a needle in a haystack. Like, I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it. Okay. And
if I'm not mistaken, they had canines, right?
They had canines, and if you look, if you've seen the helicopter and the bunch, 100 plus first responders.
I mean, that's why you have a video of just a couple people, because you don't want a bunch of fucking people around canines when they're trying to get a scent.
Well, this is after the fact, but there was a bunch. So you had plenty of ground searchers.
Well, if he's talking about that one, dude, there's video of a whole bunch of people showing up.
Yeah, I don't know what.
He's talking about a vehicle or a video. He only sees 2 people and nobody else. To me, that says canines, and there's a reason why there's nobody else.
Yeah, typically you want to keep the scene secure, basically, and keep everybody away. But that a lot of times does not happen. Usually, first responders show up in numbers. But a thing is, though, a good dog, it ain't gonna matter how many.
I know what he's talking about. He's talking about the video from the fake hit on the dirt pile.
Oh,
on the government property.
Yeah, when we were down there.
That's what he's talking about, because that's the only time there was just a couple. Whoa, hold on. Hold on 1 second. Just lost power for a minute. Hold on 1 second.
You're good, man. Is it storming?
I don't know, dude. Just lost power for a minute, and then I had to hit the lights. Not sure. But that's the only time that there's a video of just a couple officers walking around. So it has to be the video of when they found the dirt pile hit on the government property there right across from that restaurant on that lake. But he's kind of using it to his advantage because
it's
when did he should have also. There's also video of a whole bunch of people. I remember when that video came out of all those first responders, and I was like, I remember we covered it on a show that day, and I was like, holy crap! Like, shout out to like it was way more than I had even.
They put in the work, man.
Yeah, way more than I expected to see when it came to that. So, I don't know. Everything's all kind of like. So I don't know. Is it just a bunch of yapping?
I feel like it's just a bunch of yapping, but I don't know if he says anything else.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously he's going to say other things, but it's just like.
Let's promote this channel because this is the one that needs to.
Has it not moved?
What's that? Oh, I don't know. Let me hit refresh. 949.
Okay, cool.
Here's the link. I mean, come on. Let's get Dog to come out with these videos because honestly,
get him to 1,000 subscribers, and then I'm sure if he posts one video that's even just remotely decent, if he talks about what he's going to do or anything, I'm sure he'll be there.
Yeah, I think you're right, CJ. I think he's talking about that park that was by the government property
Yeah.
off Center Point Road.
Yeah, that's the only time that there would have been a couple individuals, and that's, when they had dogs. Other than that, there's always been more than 2 people out there.
Remember they
Oh,
kicked everybody off and there was just officers there?
yeah. Yeah. Yep. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll just listen to these in the background from now on, cuz honestly, I don't even know. Is he trying to get is this a thing where he's trying to is he trying to get a court case? It's like he's really trying. No?
I mean, that's how I'm taking it. Or
And
he wants to get a cease and desist or like a court order.
I mean,
I don't know.
what would be the end game in that though?
Publicity stunt saying that everyone's getting silenced. That's the only thing I could think of. But then, damn, you better have a good legal team.
Yeah, a damn good legal team.
Like, it's one thing to say something questionable, I guess, but to just on and on and on.
Some
Like,
major allegations.
every recording is going to be exhibit anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 timestamps.
Exactly.
Be going on and on.
He's just
And then-
saying some major stuff. This is something that just came out. I guess there's Seth's time card.
Oh,
That's interesting.
Hold on.
is it real?
I don't know. It's a rumor. Hold
Oh.
on a second. Hold on. Hold on. I'm just looking at it real quick. So it's supposed to release on Monday. I don't know. We'll see what you think. Let me pull it up real quick. Oh, it's Bullhorn Betty. So this is from Bullhorn Betty.
How the hell?
Hold on. So there were, let's see. So this Friday, July 5th, 2024. So it's a records request from who? Tara Carter. That's that lawyer, ain't it? Hold on. Yeah.
THA.
No, it's Tara Carter. That's the law office of Tara Carter. That's where I got the C and D from. So Tara Carter.
THE, yeah.
Oh, you can see it right here. TARA.
Oh, you can, yeah.
Tara Carter. I apologize for the delay. It is simply plain forgetfulness. I have attached Seth's. Hold on. It doesn't say anything other than that. This one says Davidson County Sheriff's Office. Something conclusion very soon. And then it shows this. So 7 p.m. to 7:10 a.m. So wait a minute, what? What? Oh, wait a minute.
7 to
In and
what?
in and out, in and out. So 7 p.m. So he was a minute late for work, bro. That's not good. A minute late for work. You gotta be like 10, 15 minutes prior, bro. 2:26:24. I'm lying because I would skeet in there at like 3 to go, like I did school, but I was never late. 2:26, 2024, 7:05 a.m. out. But then, oh, so it's rounded in, rounded out. Okay, that's what it is. So that's the exact, but it's rounded. So 7:01 to 7:05 a.m. he was at work. And this is from Bullhorn Betty. Oh, I'd be that dude in high school that, like, if the teacher, I was like a class clown, man. Like, if the teacher pissed me off or treated me like shit, then I'd literally just stand and look inside the classroom until the bell rang and then walk in just to be like, fuck you, dude.
I'm in here.
Give me a detention, motherfucker. And then I'll start. Dude, I would just, hey, they didn't want it because I would crack jokes about their ass in front of the whole class, and then the whole class would get they'd just start laughing and shit. Then the teacher's like, you know what I mean? I'd be like making jokes all day until the teachers were like, we need to give this kid a C so we can get him out of our fucking hair. I was always just making jokes though, especially in class. Shit would just pop out. I don't know. I mean, it's Bullhorn Betty, but we'll see.
Weird how she put her watermark over that. That's weird.
Well, yeah, she wants credit, which she should. You know what I'm saying? Which she should. But I don't know. I mean, okay, so he was there. When it comes to my theory, that's exactly what I would expect to see.
Yeah.
When it comes to that night of my theory.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked by this. Like,
I mean, I'm not surprised. I expected to see it.
that's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying.
and with the rumors that were out there too, the rumors were he just went and slept in his truck. So do you think if he's going out to his truck to sleep, do you think he's going to clock out?
I can tell you
then
some
somebody's like, how come you were clocked out for 3 hours? Oh,
I can tell you some stuff about payroll and clocking in and out, but that's for a private discussion.
And if you're buddy with somebody that's in there and they'll be like, hey man, do me a favor, hit that punch card for me, bro. You know what I mean? Like
passwords, if it's a password thing. Hey man, just give me your login so that way if you're 30 minutes late, you're good. I know the games when it comes to, you got work buddies. Right. So I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying humans, we're all human.
Yeah. So I mean,
but I expected this to be verbatim like what I'm seeing. I expected this. I would have
been shocked if it was missing.
Oh yeah, if it was, right? I'd be like,
right.
I wouldn't expect that.
But when somebody's napping, if they're napping at work,
no, they're gonna just be taking a siesta.
99% of the time, they're not clocking out.
They're not clocking out.
If you clock out, you get caught.
If he was taking a siesta, he was taking a siesta. I mean, that's a dull,
that, like a
dull job.
Party?
Just it's just
siesta forever. Like
take a little nap.
Siesta. Oh, is that what that means?
Siesta is a nap.
Siesta forever. You want? I never knew that.
Huh. I learned that word. Me and my uncle went to
siesta.
Anyway. We went to a baseball stadium that was being built. We were the first people on the field. The security guard was sleeping, and my uncle drove the car out on the St. Louis Cardinals Stadium field in a 90-something Ford Escort.
What?
Swear to God.
Tiny ass car.
Yeah, and then we spun around, and my uncle goes, "Well, boys, you can tell everybody at school you're the first ones on the field." And as we're leaving, the security guard woke up, and he goes, "Oh, I'm calling the cops." And my uncle said, "Yeah, call them. I'm gonna tell them and everybody you're taking a siesta." And the guy was like, his face turned red. He's like, yeah. And he opened the gate and he goes, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, damn.
Oh shit! That car had like
Yeah.
12 or 13-inch rims, bro.
It was little. It was four lug.
Yeah. They were like your spare tire on your fucking trailer, bro.
Yeah. They got great gas mileage.
Oh shit! I remember. It makes me think back to the day when I had a friend from high school that was like a good 275.
Oh no.
And his ass bought one that was banana yellow. His ass bought one that was banana yellow, and somebody had like drilled into rims, like into alloy rims. This dude drilled holes to then get to be able to put the rims on the fucking car, and this dude was driving that thing like it was a pimp mobile. Man, this shit was funny as hell, yo. Some 275-pound guy in a little Ford Escort, little teeny thing, and it had the little 12, 13-inch rims on it. And it was just
that thing was low riding.
dude, it looked like Shaq driving a Mini Cooper. It was
Good
crazy.
times.
All right, check this out. This is from Bullhorn Betty too. This is from a while ago. Here, let me blow this up for you guys. Let me see here. All right, there. Oh, not new layout. What the hell's going on with StreamYard? There we go. It says Seth was at work from 2:25 at 7:01 to 2:26 at 7:05. He had no lunch break and was not missing for 2 hours. Again, we already discussed the possibilities.
Typo.
And really, my abduction has nothing to do. It has everything to do with him being at work, if
Yeah.
for that theory. She says, I am tired of the lies with no receipts. I will no longer engage with the misinformation. You are listening to a whole bunch of liars manipulating you. Do you want the truth or not? If not, stay where you're at. If you want legit info, unsubscribe from the haters and start being informed. With correct info, clear Seth Rogers. That doesn't clear Seth Rogers, and none of this clears any of
No.
the family. There's no signs to clear any of the family because, number one,
There's
I'm
no other
sorry.
signs.
Here's the thing. Like, there's no signs for anything, right? But there's one thing we do know. He was allowed to play video games online, and he
Oh, we
was
know
left,
that for a fact.
and he was left at home by himself when Seth was at work. We know that for a fact.
Yep.
Could he have been opened to a predator at the Proudfoot's home from internet gaming? No. No. We just had somebody come in the chat tonight and talked about how their family member, their son, was being lured from somebody on video games pretending to be a teenager trying to get him to meet him behind mom's back. You got people playing video games. You got somebody calling Seth saying, hey, man, your son's playing video games right now. And he's like, yeah, so what? I've been sitting here watching for 2 hours. Right there, you already know. Somebody knows he's playing, So who's to say that person wasn't like, hey, buddy, oh, you're on. Hey, don't worry. I won't tell your dad. Oh, cool. Okay. And then they groom him.
It's trafficking at its finest.
That's what they do.
It's messed up, but they get to this, like, they know exactly what to say and what to do.
So just because there's a payroll sheet, dude, if it turns out, listen right now, we'll have your family member. If you had a family member where it turned out that their missing child became missing through the avenue abduction through online predator video game shit, and you found out that that child was abducted through video games that were able to be played while with no supervision, are you not going to hold that parent responsible? If it was your child and your significant other allowed it to happen at their house and your child went missing due to abduction from non-supervised online gaming, is that person not at fault? To me, they are at fault if that's what really happened. So when it comes to clear so and so, I'm sorry, because if to there is no there's no evidence saying that there isn't, but when you look at the evidence, there very well could be an abduction through unsupervised video game. You can't clear somebody just because they have a timestamp showing you that they were there, but does that mean that they didn't have a part in what took place or created an avenue for something like that to happen? Right, Sussbusters. This is not some new theory. This is a
Oh no,
theory.
this has been going on for
Long time.
well,
Yeah.
one, traffic has been going on for a long time, but the avenue of online gaming and people communicating and then figuring out those avenues on how to pull these kids out, or it doesn't have to be kids, but just it's one more avenue that they use. Social media,
It's so
online
much
gaming.
easier now. They don't even
Oh, it's
have to
10
get out
times
of
easier.
they don't have to get out of their car.
They don't even have to try. I mean,
They
not
don't
really.
even- No.
They just fire it up, play some games, live chat, boom, start talking.
They don't even have to leave the comfort of their couch in order to be able to groom somebody. When
And
they
you know,
used to before.
a lot of those people will have younger kids even already doing it, like working with them that they've already manipulated. So
Look at what's there and look at what's not. What does it look like to you when there's after 6.5 months? There's no signs.
I'll just give you a little story real quick. Xbox 360. So I had a PlayStation. Actually, we had a Nintendo 64. But anyway, PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2, we never got online. The Xbox 360 came out. Boom. All of us are online. I made friends with somebody to this day. I knew his voice. We'd hop on, chat. He knew exactly what town I lived in, and I knew exactly what town he lived in. Supposedly. I don't know if he was lying or if he was even a kid. And then we were Facebook friends after that. Again, those are just pictures, just a voice. I have no idea if he was even my age. This has been a long time ago. Xbox 360 back in, I don't even know what year.
2000, I think.
Something
And
like
then-
that.
But any picture up there and say it's them.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
And with a voice, you can, it's like
Yeah,
that
just-
one mom was saying in chat, he pretended to be a teenager.
but he was like, I like your voice. And then we just, started chatting. Like, I thought he was a kid. I mean, I still think he was a kid, but I don't know that. And then we got super comfortable. And then my Xbox Live got disconnected or whatever. Never talked to him again. But we were close enough, at least in communication. He knew pretty much where I lived. Like, it wouldn't be hard to figure out. And back
Mhm.
in those days with Xbox 360, you could use can't think of the app. Anyway, you could fire it up, and then you could see everyone's connection, everybody's IP address. Now it's a little bit harder to do that, but because with the gaming, you have to. Anyway, as far as networking is concerned, it has to each firewall and the network has to be able to see each player to be able to play multiplayer.
Well, there was a time when Minecraft and Roblox were safe. We're not at that time anymore because we're hearing about predators using Roblox
Yep.
in Minecraft the most now.
So it's not new.
And those used to be safe for kids. That's why they got so popular, because You know, it was like, oh, here,
It's
this is a
Roblox.
game you can play.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't geared towards adults because of the graphics suck. You know, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, it's the new. They can literally be eating Cheetos, watching a TV show, already just grooming. Hey, what's going on? Oh, what do you? Oh, I'm just sitting here watching a TV show, eating Cheetos. What are you doing, dude?
And with VPNs, they can make it
Oh
look like
man.
country, and they could be just down the road.
Mm-hmm. So then you got some unsupervised kid, 1 o'clock in the morning, playing video games. Who do you think's going to be playing most of those games at 1 o'clock in the morning? Like there's so many, you know, there's so many, and then it, like I said, it could be one of the Xbox or PlayStation friends or whatever friends on Call of Duty. You know, he's just sitting there thinking that this buddy, hey, I won't tell your dad. Okay, cool. That means I can sit here and play all night.
Yeah, he thinks that Johnny down the road, or Johnny and
Yeah.
another, is just another 15-year-old.
And turns the secret of not telling his dad they're playing games late, turns that secret into another secret. Hey, how about we do something else that your dad we won't tell your dad, you know?
Yeah, it's super scary.
You want to see the new puppy? I'll come knock on your window. You know?
Yeah, meet me outside at such and such time.
And then poor Sebastian just thinking he's excited to go see a puppy or some shit. Next thing you know, they grab him. It's easy. There's your 2 flashlights, Hong. Yeah, it's so I'm not saying just because there's time card, okay. But that I never thought that you when it comes because my the theories about this side and this side, I have my own theories about, the PFs. And I have the theory because we don't know. It could be the PFs. It could be the other side. It could be Seth. We don't know. And what I'm saying, no, I never thought Seth was leaving work or going from here to here and all this other stuff. That never entered my thought. What entered my thought on that side is what would be possible. And what would be possible was already something that has been stated multiple times in different interviews that he left Sebastian at home while he went to work. Sebastian knew how to play the game. He got on the game without Seth even there, but watching. And to sit there and tell me that a 15-year-old child is not going to sneak getting on a game at least one time and all those nights, you're out of your damn
Oh,
mind.
dude. When I was a kid, it'd be like, okay, I'm going to sleep. And then as soon as I heard the door hit, I'm on the Xbox or the PlayStation or whatever it is, or doing whatever I'm not supposed to be doing.
We've all
As soon
done
as, as soon as I knew they were like,
Especially because you're
at work.
trying to be independent,
Yeah.
right? And you hear all these stories from Seth about how Sebastian wanted to be independent. He was making coffee, he was making meals, he was doing all these different things. He was out there before Seth even came home because he knew how long and how many minutes it would be until he was home. And all these things. You're going to tell me that a young child that's wanting to be that independent at that age isn't going to sit there and be like, I want to play some games tonight, and he ain't going to know. Come on.
Exactly.
Now. That's all. So as far as I'm concerned, ain't nobody cleared because there's no sign. There's no. Now, if you want to tell me, if you want to show me like time stamps when it comes to the Proudfoots, okay, because I know he wasn't playing online games over there. You know what I'm saying? I know he wasn't being exposed to that kind of shit at that particular time because his mom was always there.
There's oversight.
You know what I'm saying? She didn't have to go leave and be away in the middle of the night. She was there at night. She was gone while he was in school. So then it brings up a whole nother theory or a whole nother avenue. Okay, well, then this could be it. Over there, how are you going to tell me that that couldn't exist? How are you going to tell me that that couldn't be a possibility? When you stay up to date on the news, national or local, because it happens everywhere, and then you go with the facts and what's been reported already, how can you sit there and say, off of those people, even their own admissions of what he was allowed to do and what, how can you sit there and say that the video game grooming, then abduction didn't take place when he would be at work?
Because people like the other theories.
Because people are so stuck on one side being the right side.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they let it cloud their judgment.
Like instead of being open, like a true openness, it's almost like politics in a sense, except you're talking about Sebastian and in a messed up way, but just trying to dumb it down for people's brains like me. But you just viewpoints. You got both sides, and then people join a side, and they don't want, like, no matter what you tell them, no matter what you show them, if you vary from that, they get mad. They will disown you. They don't want to talk to you. They will do anything but be open about it and be like, wait a minute.
And they even say that. They even say on the panels, ain't nobody gonna change my mind.
Yeah.
No matter what they come here, no matter what I see or read or gets reported, I ain't gonna change my mind. And so at that point, I'm like, well, you done lost me.
Yeah.
You lost me.
Because there's no reasoning. You get like when we talk, we're just open. It's just like, okay, why do you think this way? Okay, that makes sense. Well, I think this, and like we don't try to like force it. Change your way of thinking just because that's how I feel. Just try to be open about it, and then come up with different theories and ideas.
Right.
But not the tunnel vision part.
It's the only way you get to the truth, man. Because just because you think one thing, it's like I was saying, there's no updates. How can anybody sit there and be so hell bent on one thing being exactly how it?
You know what I think it is?
What happened? Egos.
It's the narrative that sells.
That too.
Like the bandwagon.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
In a sense.
No,
like
you're right, man.
Why would you want to change your mind?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, you're right, dude, because I do see a lot of the bandwagon stuff going on, and that's what the bandwagon channels do. They flip the script and whatever. It's just like, I'm not about the drama.
Yeah.
And I'm not about, the link, promotions and all this other stuff. But then 10 minutes later, yeah, this person said this about me and all this other stuff. And then they're like, hey, can you do me a favor? My vehicle broke down. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. Like, somebody got on my card and spent a whole bunch of money and I didn't know about it. Whoops. Oh, gosh. I would love to have that happen where I just accidentally spent a whole bunch of fucking money. And I'm like, can you guys, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. I need to not say that.
No, you're good, man. I'll be honest. I made a video and saved it because I was heated. It's 10 minutes long, but it goes quick. It goes quick. I'm like, nope, I can't do it. I can't do it to the guys. Can't do it to Sebastian. I gotta grow up.
Make a video while you're angry.
Exactly.
Don't do it.
No, it doesn't. I ought to send it to somebody, not on YouTube, but I'll just show it to somebody else and be like, what do you think about? Yeah, my mindset there.
Make your own lounge channel. And throw it on that.
Well, I have a different channel with 30 subscribers.
Yeah.
But that would probably, no one would watch it. I say that and it would blow up.
We gotta do like a lounge night. You know what I mean? Where we just I think unwind. Dude, even if we like, I brought up like Corey Feldman earlier, right? So we could literally like watch Corey Feldman episodes where him and his band fuck up all the intros. Like shit like that. We gotta hang out and just be able to talk about whatever. What's the topic tonight? I don't know. We're gonna tackle this.
Something not heavy.
Yeah, where we can just say whatever the f we want, dude.
Without all the extra.
Yeah, we got to do it sometime.
Yeah, you went way the hell back with that fucking name, man.
Who?
Corey Feldman and Corey Haim.
I just it came across my feed earlier today. It was some performance. What was it? Where he said he's got like this video that's supposed to go with like his pre-recorded audio thing, and it's supposed to be like some comeback kid where dude, have you ever seen him perform? He thinks he's Michael
No,
Jackson and shit,
I,
dude. It's crazy, man.
I've
It's
seen him
wild.
stuff in movies, but I've never seen him actually perform.
Well, we should do that. We should do that one night where we hang out and
I just want to watch the Three Stooges.
we'll get we'll get something together and we'll just sit there and watch it, you know, even if it's like some kind of bloopers or something. I
Here,
don't know. I think it'd just be great, be cool.
here's the lineup. You can watch the Corey Feldman, then you watch Three Stooges, and then you watch Beavis and Butthead.
Well, you'd probably get hit pretty hard with those.
Yeah, real
We'd
quick.
have to watch like different stuff that because they'll hit you hard, dude.
Yeah.
You'll be in the middle of talking and all of a sudden everybody it'll look like we're live, but everybody in chat will be like, where'd they go?
Oh
And
yeah,
we're like, oh shit, hold on a minute, it's paused, and then we gotta wait like 5 minutes so that way it comes back up. And
perma
Yeah.
band.
dude, I've went through so many. The lounge is where I experiment, bro. That's why I created the lounge in the first place, because I was like, I need to experiment over here so that way it doesn't affect this one over here. I need to know what I can and can't do over here so I don't learn it over here.
Yeah, YouTube is odd sometimes when it comes to that. There's another channel did a React video and it was public, and then I did one, and then it was like instant gone.
I remember when I finally hit a certain number of subscribers, and I had to go through all the copyright hits that I had made along the way.
Oh.
The whole list of them.
You go like deleting half your shit.
Oh, it'll
You're like,
There's-
no, I can't mute that or whatever.
Baby.
it'll be in a part where you're specifically talking, and then if you cut
Oh.
it out, it's not gonna make any sense.
There's baby.
I did one where I was just like, you know what? I was driving in this video back when I first started, and it was about travel. And I was like, you know what? I'm sitting there chatting away to my subscribers. I said, screw it. We're going to play music. And I was all kinds of music. It was coming off the radio, and I got a freaking copyright hit from hell, man.
Dude, I can't even stream my Rocksmith game where I play the guitar on here because I was trying the other night. I was going to stream some Rocksmith instead of video games because you can hook up your real guitar to the actual like Rocksmith game, and it's kind of like Rock Band but with a real guitar.
I remember that came out.
Yeah, and so I was going to do that, and dude, like as soon as I go to start playing a song or something, it like mutes
Just
everything.
instantly.
And I'm like, damn. Yeah, man.
Oh, I go to editing stuff, and I use CapCut or iMovie, and I'll pick a song, and as soon as I post that shit to YouTube, like copyright.
Yeah. Yeah,
like-
it's not possible.
It was in the list of music, but
Yeah.
no, now I go to like Pixabay and get shit off there.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Well, I'm not seeing any more updates. Oh, excuse me. I'll go ahead and check some more. SF Investigates is back in Los Angeles from Tennessee. He says it's disheartening to return without having provided any substantial answers to the families. We did make good progress, though. I had meaningful meetings and operations with the TBI and SCSO, and pressure has been ramped up in those cases. Key individuals are currently in jail, hopefully reconsidering the cost of their loyalty to others. What? What?
What was the end of that? Loyalty to others.
Hold on. Key individuals are currently in jail?
Party you got me on.
Hopefully reconsidering the cost of their loyalty to others. Progress has been made, but the fact that remains that the families. Oh, whoa! What is this? So he's talking. Wait. Oh, he's
Who's-
not even talking about Sebastian.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, I'm sitting there going, "What the hell? Who would
That's-
is Nick in jail now?" All right, that was about something else. Jeez. While in Tennessee, I spent a few days in Hendersonville where Sebastian Rogers went missing. I am not retained in that case and am certainly not part of the so-called 24 and 2024 Dream Team, felons hunting children. Oh,
damn.
shit.
Damn. I'm sorry. I had to like.
I mean, there are two felons on that side.
Ouch.
I mean, it is the truth. Whoa. What I
How-
did. Oh, go ahead, bro.
How the hell can he get away with saying that?
Because it
And
is true, because they are felons, bro. Even though one of them has turned around and done all the good things he's done the last, however many decades, as in,
or yeah,
Tony at the same time, he's a felon too, bro. Ain't he?
I
I don't
understand.
know that.
Ain't Tony a felon? I thought he is.
I don't know the facts on that one, but
Tony's a felon, ain't he?
I've heard some stuff.
I mean, anyway.
I'm just saying I would be very careful not to get hit with a defamation of character thing. I was saying shit like that.
Well, he wasn't saying it about any particular individual. So if you're talking, you need a lot to have a defamation case in the first place. And there is no defamation in that whatsoever because there's no names listed and it's not specifically calling any particular individual that title. So
It was just implied.
there would be no, yeah, but it's not with defamation, dude. You still need a lot when you have your name attached to certain words. You still need a bunch. For you to win a defamation case, like you really have to have a lot of shit documented, timelined, and it has to be a repeated thing over and over and over and over and over and over. So you literally have to go to court with those cases with a shit ton of evidence when it comes to that. So this right here wouldn't even, there would be no, because there's no specifics.
Kind of like terabytes of data.
Well, there's no specifics to it, Even if it did say like Dog the Bounty Hunter, felon hunting children, that's still not enough, unless you have a freaking Hollywood lawyer or something. Well, then okay, maybe. But
Right.
if you're just some average freaking person, no.
A judge would probably be like, "You're wasting my time."
Well, you just need more than that because you have to prove. It's up to you to when it comes to defamation, you have to prove that what they are doing is affecting you in whatever direction and how it can affect you in the future. Yeah, you need a lot of there's a lot of it's a process when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, there's no specifics in it. He says, what I did do was go back to the basics, simply trying to understand what happened and where Sebastian went missing. I met with Katie and Chris, who welcomed me in their home. They have kept the house almost identical to how it was the day Sebastian disappeared, including his room, which remains a time capsule from that day with his shoes and everything. Oh, that's sad.
Super sad, man.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like the creed. There's no.
I couldn't move anything.
No.
If my child was missing, I couldn't move anything. Oh my gosh. I would, like, if something got moved on accident, I would probably lose it, You walk in the room and you actually kick the shoe a little and you're like, oh fuck, man, I'd probably lose it.
Oh yeah, yeah, and go put it right back the way it was. But I wonder what he meant by almost nothing. Everything was the same.
Sorry, you were cutting out, buddy. He meant what?
When he said almost everything was the same. Isn't that what you said?
Where? Oh, they have kept the house almost identical.
Almost
Yeah.
identical.
to how it was the same day. Well, yeah, they might have got like a different fridge, you know.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what was different in the house. That's all.
Well, he says, what I found was a home and room that reflected a fun and loving environment, not a hostile one. Sebastian's room was typical for a teenager. He had an 8x10 autographed glossy photos of singers and performers he admired from meet and greet sessions Chris and Katie took him to. There were games and plenty of activities. For his free time, his bed was made and his bathroom was stocked with personal hygiene products. There's been so much misinformation about the case. It must be incredibly maddening for Chris and Katie to have been steamrolled because they followed law enforcement's advice and stayed quiet to avoid compromising the investigation. For example, the thud Katie heard is almost certainly explained by something in Sebastian's room. I won't be too specific to preserve the integrity of the case, but they took the heat for it despite the simple explanation. I inspected Sebastian's window, how it opens, what security it has, and the relationship from the room to the front door and where Katie was while on the phone. It all makes much more sense once you've seen it in person.
Oh wow.
It says, Chris spent several hours showing me around the neighborhood, explaining the tracking lines of the K9's camera locations where the lights appeared in the garage truck surveillance and other intelligence not publicly known. I mean, that's cool, you know.
Yeah.
What I've found without a doubt were parents who want nothing more than to find their son. These are not evil people that some have portrayed them as. They are hardworking, devastated, physically and emotionally worn down, misrepresented by many and taken advantage of by people like Nick Dogg, the American Idol guy, Tiny Tony, the soon-to-be Betty behind bars, and others who came before them. These parents who welcome help as long as it comes from people with genuine intentions, they are going through the work. So why was our intentions not genuine? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is weird.
That is weird.
Okay, because I don't know why we were attacked, because our intentions were genuine, so I don't understand that comment. They are going through the worst time of their lives, missing their children. Although I am not retained in this case, I will offer whatever I can to help without interfering with law enforcement, retained licensed investigators, and professional search and rescue teams. I think that's a good tweet. We'll go ahead and retweet that. So, and then it starts off with that. So, oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was showing on the screen. My bad.
No, you're good. I was just
shoot.
listening.
Yeah.
Shit. My bad. It wasn't added to the state. I don't know. StreamYard's being weird right now. Here, let me zoom in and then I'll excuse me, I'll scroll through it so you guys can see it here. So here it's SF Investigates. And then I basically just said everything it said, and then I'll just scroll it. Come here, baby. So you can see it. So at first he starts off with another case. Then in the second paragraph and on, he talks about Sebastian. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to flip us over here and then make this as big as I can make it. There we go.
Oh, damn. Did you read the first comment?
The first comment? No, I didn't read the comments. It's probably a troll. Why? What's up?
I don't know if it's real or not, because I gotta. Let me. Oh, yours ain't there. Go.
Well, I clicked on this a while ago, so it's still. I might have to hit refresh or something.
Let me make sure this is. Oh yeah, that's him.
What's the comment say?
Oh, you just gotta click on it, man.
Hold on, let me refresh.
I don't want to.
Don't want to read that, huh?
Man.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
Go back to Tennessee so we could catch you in the cricket pond with your subpoena next week. Do you mean summons? You have to have current litigation for a civil subpoena to be issued. Either way, I'm happy to meet your process server and accept service. In fact, I will stipulate to electronic service through your lawyer if that's what you are insinuating. Damn. This is all recent. This was 30 minutes ago and
Yeah.
8 minutes ago.
I was just looking. And I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, is that a troll or is it real? It's real. I clicked on his profile.
Oh, it's real.
Yeah.
It's got the blue check mark.
Yeah, that's him.
Damn.
What? Show replies. There's more. Thank you.
Oh, there is.
It's just a thank you. Why?
And he did. Yeah.
What the hell? What is like? It's him. Hong has his own Twitter or X. He has his own. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, this is what people were saying to me right here. How much are you getting paid for? Or paid, yeah, for that. Anyway.
Let me scroll up here. You guys can see it.
It just goes on, man.
And then we already said it.
Anyone that has a different or neutral opinion, it just, I don't know. People are just coming.
Yeah, can't have an opinion one way or another without upsetting somebody else.
And I think it was a.
I thought it was heartfelt, man.
That's
I
what I'm
thought
saying. There's
what
so
he
much,
said was genuine as hell.
there's so much animosity on both sides, and then you used to just see it on YouTube. You know, you used to just see it on YouTube between the two sides of my side is right, and now it's like I wouldn't even. Well, he's not part of the team. I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of people have their own opinions, but as far as I've seen, when it comes to, I haven't gone through the other, cases and SF Investigates has covered or anything. But when it comes to like the tweets that I've been seeing the last week, the dude, I don't see anything that is disrespectful or out of line or creates any kind of misinformation or narrative. I mean, a narrative where it's like, yeah, everything looks fine to me, but misinformation or
Well, he's not adding like
disrespect. There's
Yeah,
nothing been like that.
there's nothing like as
So
far as
why all that animosity?
it makes no sense.
No. Yeah, it is. It's Nick that responded. It's not Hong because Hong has his own Twitter X. He just doesn't have his own YouTube. So Nick can. I don't know. I thought he was silenced. Is that it? Let me see.
You got a point.
So there's two messages on this one. Or accept service via X and show the world you are ready to fight this battle in court rather than on the internet. Bring your findings with you because they'll need them. Thank you for your time and effort. The subpoena will show if what you found is worth bragging about once and for all.
And what court?
Hold on. How do I? And then yeah. Okay. So we read all of them. Yo, this is crazy.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, it's the same. It's just
It's depressing to see this take place over the internet, man.
well, for one, on YouTube, he said he silenced him, but
Yeah, you see the picture. He's trying to make a meme. He's trying to
But
make a meme.
but over here he's talking. I don't understand that.
Yeah, why didn't Hong say it? I'm gonna see if there's some other updates here real quick, and then we'll go ahead and hop off. I got to get up early as hell tomorrow. I'm gonna be hosting the Justice for Micah protest again during the day, the morning. I gotta get up at like 6. Yeah.
Check back chat for a second.
All right, hold on. Let me just look to see if there's any updates here real quick. We might have a game show tomorrow night. We might do true crime. I'm not sure yet. But we might have a game show tomorrow night. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Yeah. I'm not seeing anything. It doesn't mean nothing did happen, but as far as me kind of going through it, skimming it real quick, I'm not seeing anything other than that. What's on Twitter? That's some crazy stuff, though. Yeah, we definitely got an early morning. That's for sure. This is crazy. It is. It's right. That's right. This is crazy, man.
Just keeps going back and forth.
It's sad to see it play out like this with the teams. Come on, dog. Get on that YouTube channel. Get this positivity amped up. You know what I mean? That's what we need. This is I don't know, it's sad. It's sad when you look at everything. We'll get into that SF when he was on Web Sleuth. We'll get into that another night. Thank you, Angels, for the update earlier when we were able to go check out what he was having to say. Thank you for that, because I didn't even notice that had popped up. So appreciate you, Angels. Yeah, if we don't talk true crime tomorrow night, we'll definitely be back on Monday. But we'll see how it goes. I don't know. We may end up talking tomorrow night about this stuff.
It kind of depends what happens.
Yeah, I really feel like a game night, but at the same time, we might need to just continue to talk. Maybe look into the parents' interviews. You know, if we don't game tomorrow night, we'll go into the parents' interviews. If we don't go into the parents' interviews, then we'll go into it on the next night. So that's what it's going to be. I think we need to hear from the parents from their interviews and kind of
Just kind of
yeah.
go over it again,
Yeah.
freshen up on it.
The original interviews?
Huh?
The original interviews you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
with local news and News Nation and Nancy Grace and, you know,
Yeah, I've got those in my head.
a couple shows, you know, on panel.
Sounds great, man.
I mean, that's
Won't be
true.
here.
That's true, bro. You know, I see what you're typing. That's true. It's 100% true, man. That's why it's like, how do we know what is what is the truth when it came to this happened and it came to this timeline of events? We don't know.
I didn't want to say, so I want to try to use a filter. So
No, you're good. Hold on 1 second. Seth was a leader in a Bible group. That's when he met Katie. at 12. I don't know. We listen. There's a lot of stuff. There's even some stuff.
We could go all night.
Yeah, there's other stuff. Trust me. There's other stuff that we're gonna show you when it comes to other theories and thoughts and opinions. That'll also make you go. It very well could, but we'll get into it in that episode. We'll get into that stuff on the next one. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Busby. Thank you, Trey. Thank you guys
Thank you,
for hanging
CJ.
out.
Get some sleep, man.
Yeah, sleep.
I don't know. We'll
Like
see
take care of you.
Yeah. We'll
Thanks,
see what
everybody.
I might hop over at the lounge for a little bit. I don't know.
Don't do it. Go to sleep.
Dude, it's hard to wind down after
I know.
after the show. I need something to like chill down, and the video games does it, and I don't know.
Resist the urge, but if you can't resist it, you know I'll be in there.
All right, bro. And we need to have a lounge like once a week or something. We need to hang back and just talk about whatever the F ever, man, and not true crime.
Yeah, we can do that.
And hang out and just have fun. Make comedy.
I don't game, but I can definitely talk. So
yeah, we'll hang out and just chit chat about whatever. I think it'll be fun. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate you all so much. Please hit the like if you haven't yet. If you're not subscribed to any of us, please consider doing so. We'll definitely be back tomorrow. Like I said, Justice for Micah protest. We're hosting the protest again tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. Central. Come hang out with us if you're up that early. If not, we're going to be back either games or parents interviews. We'll still get to hang out together tomorrow night. Appreciate y'all.
Love
Peace
you all.
and positive evening, and please be safe.
I should be in chat tomorrow morning.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And
All right.
do you got to work tonight, dude?
Oh no, I'm passing out.
No?
I'm tired.
Get some sleep, bro.
I'm going to.
It's been a trying.
Huh?
It's been a trying week for both of you.
Yeah. Trying time.
Always be worse.
Yeah.
Just frustrating, but it's part of it.
Yeah.
It's trying to make it happen.
Some days it rains, some days it's sunny. So.
Oh man.
I appreciate you guys.
You too, man.
Good night, everybody. Love you guys.
Good night.